my friends. And now, the Grand Finals! Which of these gallant challengers shall prove themselves most worthy? The Grimstreet Grifters versus the Chillblade Crusaders!
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Hearthstone Invitational. If you love Hearthstone, make some noise. We're live from the Anaheim Convention Center at BlizzCon 2017. And after 2 days of action, it all comes down to this. I'm TJ, joined by the Admiral. That's admirable. How you feeling about this grand final, Nathan?
Well, you told me to make some noise, but I figured it would be bad to just shout over you in the meantime.
Probably.
So I'll do it now. Ah!
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. But yeah, these four teams, now down to two, have played through some grueling Hearthstone. I don't think they were expecting the dungeon run earlier, where the Grimstreet Grifters were able to make it through. The Chillblade Crusaders, they've been watching, they've been waiting all day, all weekend long since their second match win yesterday. They're ready to kick some butt.
Yeah, it is quite surprising how seriously the players ended up taking this format. This isn't the Hearthstone Championship Tour. There's not a giant prize pool to compete for. They are playing for pride and for glory, and they have taken it so serious. The competitive spirit is really what's been driving the players.
That's right, and without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our first team for the grand finals. Let's meet the Crusaders.
Please raise a toast to our next challengers, the Chillblade Crusaders!
I'm Navi.
I'm Dog.
I'm RDO. And we are the Chillblade Crusaders.
You're pausing.
Are you gonna pause? I took a small one.
A little bit worried about the Chillblade Crusaders. Their team is probably the strongest team. Pretty worried about facing them.
We are the Chillblade Crusaders.
You paused last time, and then you didn't pause this time.
But how do we synchronize after the pause?
We just jump in. All right, let's go.
Okay. We are
The
Chillblade Crusaders.
The Chillblade Crusaders!
There they come out, the Chillblade Crusaders, first seed after day one. Doug, RDU, and Naviu. Definitely the team to beat, and a team that a few of the casters picked to win the whole thing at the very beginning. 4 treasures for this team. Let's go ahead and send it to the stage with Brodan.
Wow, we have a packed house here, Dog, and I think a lot of people are also fans of your stream and your content. So how are you feeling right now? Do you feel a little bit nervous? Do you feel prepared? Or is it just another walk in the park for you?
It's just another day, I guess. I'm kind of used to, performing for large audiences and stuff. I've done a lot of tournaments, but I don't know, it's cool. I'm playing at BlizzCon, it's like super exciting, so there's a little bit of hype,
Well, you definitely sound excited. I think you're more chill than anything, and that's why we come to love Dog for sure. Now, RDU, this has been a dream for you for several years. You're one step away, one series away. It's a best of 11, though, and I think you're used to these long endurance tests as well. So what preparation have you done personally, as well as the rest of the team?
We just looked over the decks. We ordered the players in the right way to maximize our chances of not getting eliminated fast. And I think we're ready. The other teams had a chance to beat us in best of 3. They couldn't. Now in best of 11, it's going to be really, very hard.
All right, well, Navi, I know you were very personally excited for this grand finals as well. If you win, is there anything special or something you want to say to the fans at all?
Yeah, so if we win today, Dog's actually going to be giving out free hugs. So any girls and guys, of course, in the crowd, make sure you come say hi to him.
I'm going to get in on some of that action as well. I'm kind of rooting for you guys now if we weren't already. Well, let's go ahead and meet their opponents, the Grimstreet Grifters.
Please raise a toast to our next challengers, the Grimstreet Grifters!
I'm Kranich.
I'm Patra.
And I'm Raynad. And we are
the Grimstreet Grifters.
So we're straight out of Grime Street, so that's cool.
I want to win everything. I'm sort of like a perfectionist, and just thought about bringing the best stuff and hoping to win it.
I think we have some kind of good teamwork.
Kranich has been in 2 BlizzCons, so he's a really strong competitive player.
If this was a group project for school, I really think Patra and I would be kind of like the nerdy kid that does the whole project for everybody, basically. Kranich is just kind of riding the wave, getting the easy A, and that's fine. Yeah. He's there for moral support, and that's really what matters. We're the Grimstreet Grifters, and we're grifting
our way
to the top.
the Grimstreet Grifters.
And here they come, grifting their way to the main stage. Reynad, Kranich, and Patra. Kind of the misfit group, the misfit team here, but made it to the grand finals. Just snuck their way in with the dungeon runs. So let's go down to Dan once again for some words with our second team.
Kranich, you've been on the stage multiple times. In fact, almost every year since you've competed in Hearthstone. And now you're one step away from at least winning on the stage in BlizzCon and calling yourself the Invitational Champion. How much would it mean win to you?
Well, this is the first time being as a finalist here. And also, I don't know, it's a bit casual, but like I still want to win here a lot with my teammates. And it would just mean a lot to me.
Absolutely. And of course, another Korean win at BlizzCon, right?
Yeah, it just dominates.
All right, well, Patra, I think you have a lot of fans out here. You got the loudest cheers and people are holding up signs. How much does that mean to you, too? Because this is still a relatively new experience, at least competing on a stage this big.
Yeah, it's my first time. I'm happy that some of my viewers are here. Thank you guys for supporting me. I hope I win this for you guys.
Specifically for that person, dude, he's a super fan. He's got the Patra punch. Now, Reynad, a little strong words coming from the other team. They said that you couldn't even beat them in the best of 3. How do you expect to face them in the best of 11? Any retorts to that?
Well, best of 3s are known as some of the most skill-intensive formats, so I can see why they feel that way. But you know, we're confident. We're going to play well. We're going to play our game, and I think we're going to get there.
Constantly underestimated, but yet overcoming the odds. Let's go ahead and shake hands. And let's get this best 11 grand finals underway.
You shall bring honor and fame back to their inn. The Grimstreet Grifters versus the Chillblade Crusaders. Let's rock!
All right, Admirable, it's time to get the grand finals underway. And that means we got to explain the format. So you heard the players and Frodan mention it's going to be a best of 11. But it's going to be last hero standing in a way that you may not be used to. Instead of the lives being attached to the deck, the lives are attached to the player. So the players are going to play in order, and they have 2 lives. If they lose a game, that costs them a life. When a player loses their 2 lives, they are eliminated, and they have to leave the stage. It can no longer help their teammates. The team with the last player standing will be the Invitational Champion.
That's right, and they are not only going to be playing in a single format as they're accustomed to, there's a little bit of a twist for this one as well.
There is. You know how at the beginning of the round robin stage, we introduced 3 formats that they were going to be playing: Standard, Wild, and Excavated Treasures. Well, they're still going to be playing those 3 formats, but there's going to be a different way to decide each game what that format is. And Admirable, for a moment, I'd like to introduce something here to the caster desk. This is my trusty chest.
I was wondering why you've been carrying that around the whole week.
That's right, Admirable. And inside my trusty chest, I hold envelopes. Take a gander. These are envelopes.
That's at least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah.
Up to a maximum of 11. Somewhere between there. Inside of these envelopes contains a format. One between Standard, Wild, and Excavated Treasures. They're randomly chosen and put into this chest. Before each game, we will reach into this chest and grab an envelope. Whatever format is on that piece of paper in that envelope, that is the format that these players will play for that game. So without further ado, Admirable, I believe it's time to introduce the first format. Envelope. Do the honors. Thank you very much. That means the first format will be Wild.
Yeah, buddy. I love Wild. Wild is one of my favorite formats because it is so undiscovered and unexplored that there are just a ton of decks that you can build this format. There's all sorts of crazy combo decks. There's incredibly strong aggro decks. And if you can manage to seize control of the board, there's usually a way to keep control of the board when that's the case.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, I mentioned they are going to have a specific play order for this matchup, which means that they'll rotate through each player. until, of course, the player's eliminated. Then it'll just rotate through the remaining players. So they'll all get a chance to play. And again, each round, they'll have to play a different format, one that we choose out of my trusty chest. And it looks like it is just about time for the first match. You can see the players strategizing, getting ready. Chillblade Crusaders, Grimstreet Grifters. And it looks like we're going to have a Mage Mirror to start things off.
And both of these teams decided to play Freeze Mage as their wild deck. And you might recognize that mad scientist on the top side of things. That is what made this deck extraordinarily powerful in its earliest creation. The grab a secret and play it immediately on the death rattle of that. It can chip away for some damage as well. That's not something that is irrelevant to the matchup. In this particular matchup, though, Alexstrasza is an incredibly important card. Their goal is to do one of two things. Number one, set their opponents to 15 and then deliver the damage to kill the opponent afterwards. Or number two is to hope that that's your opponent's game plan. And after they've exhausted their resources, you use Alexstrasza to heal yourself up outside of the remaining damage that the opponent has left.
That's right. And the mirror matchup is quite interesting with Freeze Mage versus Freeze Mage. There's a lot of things that can happen with offensive Alexstrazzas and defensive Alexstrazzas. It can be quite tough.
Emperor Thorson.
Emperor Thorson picked up. I'm actually curious to see if these guys are already formulating a game plan. So let's go ahead and take a listen into the Chillblade Crusaders to see what they're talking about in these crucial early turns.
Answer the Emperor. That's like the only way they would beat us. Like if they stick an Emperor. So
Do they do that on Tony? They don't, right?
No, they don't.
No list run Tony.
No, we have exactly the same list. They have 2 Acolytes, and we have 1 Valet. That's it.
Oh my gosh, you're so good.
Yeah, it should be very hard to lose from this spot. Like, we know they don't have Scientists, because if they had it, they would have played it on 2.
Yeah, they would have played it.
No, they haven't.
Okay, they drew it.
Value trade.
They drew it from Novice, right? So do we just value trade?
We can full clear, but we probably want to save the Valet for burn. I mean, you don't really want to proc barriers in this matchup.
No.
Yeah, if you trade into like their Scientist.
I think we just value trade for the Scientist.
Sure.
Wait, isn't it better to trade? Because if we trade, we get Secret, they will never attack us.
That's true.
If we like trade into the Scientist as well, they might be holding like, they might have like 1 block in there. There's like a way, basically like if we trade into the Scientist, we can kind of manipulate their hand to the point where they can't pull like the secret they want. Like they could play a barrier, trade Scientist to guarantee pull blocks.
Yeah, I agree.
And they can hold second block.
I think just trading is fine. And we don't take chip damage, which is not very relevant, but it's
they're never going to attack our face now, so that's good. Check what we got. Okay.
Because this way, like, they could have pulled a barrier, and they could have had
We have the option of playing Acolyte. If we play Intellect now, we go to 7 cards. Next turn, we go to 8. If we play Acolyte and ping it, we go to 8 again. They can make us overdraw if they kill it. If we plan on going Intellect into Acolyte ping, they'll make us overdraw a card. But I don't think I care. We already have Alex.
Yeah, probably Emperor. Emperor is the most important one, but...
Right.
I like Acolyte and then trade in.
The problem with Acolyte is they can Forgotten Torch and we're denied a card.
Yeah, if you just Acolyte ping, then you just guarantee 2 or more cards. So
yeah. Actually, Ice Block is the one we don't want to burn, but yeah, I like playing Intellect. I think because I think
AI here, I guess. We got a lot of burn here. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can pass.
I don't even trade in.
No.
You don't want
Yeah,
okay.
Well, yeah, trade in actually.
Trading. Yeah. They're just ping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of crucial things there, not attacking into ice barriers. Lots of secret play early on. That's one of the keys to this matchup in general, is making sure that you get maximum value out of secrets and not proccing your opponent's secrets and making sure you get those reads correct.
Yeah, in the standard Freeze Mage list right now, you do quite a bit of attacking. You have Arcanologists, you have Manise Valets, you have Mana Worms. You will basically attack your opponent at some point, and Firelance Portal is also a big nod to that. So chewing through an ice barrier is an important thing. In this matchup, however, they're quite limited on minions. So activating your opponent's ice barrier oftentimes will just give them 6 additional life that Alex doesn't actually touch in that instance. And so it's a pretty important goal for both teams to simply avoid that situation.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is recognizing, when you're the aggressor and when you have to sort of be the player that's playing on defense. If you get Alexstrasza first, a lot of the times you don't have the liberty of being able to just follow up with an Alexstrasza on your opponent, because they're going to have that advantage. They can pop your block first and then go that way. Sometimes you have to play defensive and maybe save that Alexstrasza for a defensive Alexstrasza and try and burn your opponent out.
Yeah, Something really important to note for Chillblade Crusaders is they have an additional card of burn inside their deck with the Medivh's Valet. It's not a huge deal, but when you're talking about this matchup, a lot of times it boils down to how you can dedicate your damage to actually kill your opponent. In Grimstreet Grifters deck, that extra burn spell is instead an extra Acolyte of Pain. So if it comes down to a defensive Alexstrasza position, I think that gives the advantage to Chillblade Crusaders. They're going to draw just a few less cards, and they're going to have that little bit of extra burn to get the job done.
Yeah, that's right. And now we're starting to get to some crucial turns, so I'd like to go and listen into the Grimstreet Grifters now. A lot of burn in their hand. Let's see how they want to deal with it.
So basic plan is that we play Doomsayer right before they're playing Alex, and then we just Alex first.
It only works if they don't have this card.
Yeah.
But then they had this card. Blood Mage is like the best draw, I think. Interesting. Maybe we just play that guy. Let's think about this.
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
We're sitting on 15 points without him, right? We have a...
This is a really good point because like we can just pop them at 1 with these cards like 11 and 14 and hero power. Then you just play Kobold and like just
Torch. Yeah.
Yeah, this seems really good.
Let's do it now.
Wait, like, what do you actually play? Like the Frostbolt and Torch, because like Torch is like you're gonna draw another 3 mana fireball, but like does it make?
I think we want more burn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's just Torch. It makes it just makes to us have more chance to get fireball.
It's better. It's better to have cheap spells if we draw Blood Mage too, potentially.
So now he has a mana Alex. But like this guy is really annoying.
Yeah, he has to spend mana dealing with it.
Because like they can actually coin Alex, then we'll just burn him out probably. He just don't know like what we get. So
True, they have to deal with it now. Now they can't coin Alex.
Oh,
they're still gonna do it.
Oh, they Emperor. So yeah, their draw could not have possibly been better. That sucks.
Okay.
Well,
we have to. Oh man.
It's really awkward.
We can Ice Lance double Doomsayer. I think it's the best play we have.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have Nova.
We could also Frostbolt double Doomsayer because Ice Lance deals more damage.
So what do we do? Like actually, we're gonna Alex them next turn?
Well, there's another way to play this game, or you play like for value.
Yeah. So what I'm talking about is
we're gonna lose to Fatigue right now.
What am I thinking about is that like you just play some burns here and then play Doomsayer. I mean like just
Frostbolt Ice Lance.
Yeah, using this spell power at this turn, then like we just heal ourselves, but like.
Okay, Frostbolt, double Doomsayer.
You're saying you want to use all your spells on his face right now?
Yeah, but like just for.
Okay. So I'm down for that. So Frostbolt, his guy, I think.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, and then double Doomsayer.
Yeah, double Doomsayer. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, this is better. Ping him.
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah.
Or we could just kill Alex here, but like.
It'll die. He can't kill 2 Doomsayers.
Yeah.
Ooh. Something important to note about that value game plan is that when this matchup was popular, when Mad Scientist was in Standard, antique heal bots were found in the decks as well to have that defensive measure to go against that burn plan. Neither of these decks have antique heal bots, so the value plan is much, much tougher and more reliant on you actually connecting with an Alexstrasza at some point during that.
Yeah, it's quite tough.
Being pushed into a really awkward spot here because of that Emperor Thorson into Alexstrasza.
Yeah, as Reynad said, they literally had the perfect cards.
It was quite perfect, I will admit.
Pretty good. It was pretty good. They are going to be able to pop the ice block here, which is going to be a pretty big deal. Grimstreet Grifters does have a second ice block in their hand, but they're playing such on the back foot now. It's very unlikely that they're going to be able to come back in the game. They have to find a turn to Alex their opponent while developing an ice block, and then finding a turn to kill their opponent before their ice block is popped.
I think this is defensive Alexstrasza. I think that their plan needs to be connect with Alexstrasza.
That's about all they can do. They are an ice block behind. They just have to hope that they get the card advantage. But let's go now and listen back into the Grimstreet Grifters and get a little bit of insight into what they're trying to plan for this coming turn.
But
yeah, I mean the thing about playing Ice Block later is it's just not going to do anything once we're in fatigue. So I kind of like playing it now.
yeah, but like we just still have enough cards, so I don't know.
It's just going to come down to like how much actual burn do we have in our decks. I want to make sure we get value out of Ice Block, because otherwise they're just gonna put us at a low life total, and then the game's gonna draw out, and we're never gonna get value out of it.
So we're gonna actually do like
Ice Block, ping face. That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought about Alex first, but then that's just bad.
They know we have Alex because they know we kept a card and we haven't played it yet. So.
I do agree that this turn is quite bad, but they're going to have to defensive Alex right here.
They are going to have to. What Brandon's trying to say is they want to draw more burn out of the Chillblade Crusaders before they play the defensive Alex Straza.
Yeah.
Just to try and get the heat away from their face a little bit, because now that this burn is sort of wasted, when defensive Alex comes down, then they're going to be able to hopefully, theoretically with Raynad's plan, block some of the additional burn.
Forgotten Torch was a pretty prime draw there for Chillblade Crusaders as well. Adds extra burn to the deck, gets the job done.
Yeah.
They get to keep the Ice Lance to go with the Frostbolt, so if they see that defensive Alex Straza, they have a little bit of extra burn. And with Ice Barrier up, with no effect from Grimestreet Grifters to reduce their life total to 15, they are very comfortable with the amount of time they have.
Yeah, it's very true. And most likely defensive Alex here. Let's see what Chillblade Crusaders are talking about. See if they have the read that defensive Alex is on its way.
With the Emperor, like obviously you can kill them in one turn. Like
Pretty
now with
sure
that Emperor,
not.
when you
I'm
coin.
pretty sure not having coin is better.
No, having coin with like Lances and Emperor is better.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was the other way around. I thought because you can get Emperor first down without coin, and then you get Alex. So you're always the first to get Emperor down, right? And you're always the first to get Alex down.
Not necessarily.
Well, you're not always the first to get Alex down.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's fine. All right. So, how much damage is that?
I think it's lethal. Yeah, it's lethal.
All right. Nice.
Why the emote?
That's a cute one.
The tilt. Okay, so Patra only has 1 life left. That's nice.
Yeah.
And the thing is that Navi has the best deck, so we have like a very
The classic debate of whether it's better to go first or second while you're in a match that determines whether or not you will win the grand finals.
Yeah. It didn't even seem like they were paying attention to the game. They just saw Alex, they're like, that's fine. Oh, that's lethal. Seemed like a pretty simple, straightforward game for them. And then you can see Pathor has lost one of her lives. She won't play for 2 more games, but if she loses again in that game number 4, she will have to leave the stage and will no longer be able to help her teammates. So that's a pretty big deal. And you could hear RDU talking about that in their comms at the very end of that one.
Yeah, and Patra was the player that went 3-0 as the pilot for Grimestreet Grifters. So the best performing player thus far.
Yeah, the best performing decks.
Half gone.
Yeah. But we'll have to see. Anything can happen, and it's time to reach back into my trusty chest. Woohoo!
Let's see what's inside the box.
What's inside the box? We got an envelope. Can you check this for authenticity, Admirable?
Yeah, it's real.
Okay. The next format will be Excavated Treasures. My favorite format, actually, because it involved the most deck building among these players. We gave them a challenge with Excavated Treasures. They got a pre-built deck of between 10 to 15 cards for each of the classes, and they had to fill those decks with cards without using duplicates.
Yeah, thematic shells is what they ended up having for these situations. Raynad is on Priest for this one, and when they built these decks, they could not include duplicate versions of cards as they were building them. So Raynad chose Priest for this and went with the Shadow Reaper Anduin Raza combination to really have significant endgame combo potential. On Dog's side, he went with Paladin, and it has quite an interesting look to it. But again, without the duplicates that really go into it, Reno Jackson has been such a powerful card in this particular format.
Yeah. We'll see, though. This one's quite tough. Grimstreet Grifters, it'll be Raynad. He's the pilot for them. Of course, as you mentioned, Dog for the Chillblade Crusaders.
Yeah, you look at the shell for Paladin, and it's a lot of Divine Shield themed cards.
Yes.
Selfless Hero, Argent Protector, Hog, Hammer,
Don't
Rallying
forget about
Blade.
the Cobalt Guardian as well.
Ah, yes, Cobalt Guardian. A really big part of that. Dr. Boom gets stolen. And something a lot of the teams did with these shells is they had different directions to go. Did they want to build synergy into their deck, or did they just want to play a lot of powerful cards?
Yeah.
A lot of teams chose to go with the powerful cards option. Dr. Boom was in none of the shells. Almost every single player included it because of just how strong it is on its own.
Yeah. Seal of Champions. Onto a Silverhand Recruit. Pretty good. 4-attack minion. That's the Bane of Priest. Let's go and listen into Grimstreet Grifters now as they're staring at their doom.
But like, we don't really have any place then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only play.
So you agree, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's only one card in their deck that deals with this.
Okay, so they have
They have it. Yeah, they look happy. That's really unfortunate. That's a 1 in 30. Well, hopefully we mind games their Tyrion.
The light dims.
Oh.
But we.
No, they have.
There might be something. Oh, yeah, Rallying Blade. My bad. I forgot about that. I mean, it's still the same play we have to make either way.
Yep.
We have no options.
Yeah, we didn't have any options.
Just
Hey, that's a good pickup.
Good draw, so mind game here.
Yeah. Tyrion?
Oh.
We take those. That's
This is
fine.
decent. Yeah.
Woo! Just a 4-mana Pilot of Shredder.
Yeah, they also had Keeper of Voldemort was the card that Raynad was referring to.
Yeah.
That took care of the Doomsayer in that spot, which shifted down to a 3/3. And the Rallying Blade, though, the additional power buff. It's a big deal now. But the 3 damage from Rallying Blade was enough to take it out.
Yeah, and Bolvar Fireblood. The new Bolvar. Gains attack every time Divine Shield is popped, so Chillblade Crusaders can actually make this quite large if they want to. It actually pops, gets the effect from its own Divine Shield as well.
Oh!
Infinite value. But the thing is, they're taking a beat down.
Well, now's a really interesting turn, I think, from Grimstreet Grifters. They have 3 different ways to go about this. The first one is they could use Faceless Manipulator to try to duplicate Bolvar and hope something can happen there. Second option is to use that 6-mana card on the far left, Embrace Darkness. It says at the start of your turn, you take control of the minion. Now, in a lot of situations, this is more like 6-mana select a minion because your opponent can trade it off or they can kill it themselves. That is not an option for Chillblade Crusaders in this spot, so Grimstreet Grifters is going to take that minion, and this is the perfect time to do it because they have the life total. They could have Shadow Word Pain and just easy killed it, but that could be used later on.
Yeah, and this is going to be a lot of damage. I'd like to go and listen in now to the Chillblade Crusaders to see what they're debating about on this turn with their 6 drops.
Let me heal up. We have Master.
Yeah,
we probably just boom.
damage.
With Master, it's lethal, right? Or is it one
No,
off?
it's not. It's
No,
one
we're
off.
one off.
Okay.
But we just go boom. Yeah, go
Yeah.
Steed on the 2/2. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
sick.
like our best draw, pretty sure.
I think so too.
I'm pretty sure. That or Master Jousty, but that was kind of good.
Yeah, it's good that this minion cannot attack now. It's like useless.
Man, this little Silverhand, he's getting in there. He's getting in there.
I don't even think they have a taunt.
Taunt?
A taunt.
Yeah.
They don't play any taunt. No, but seriously, guys, this looks good.
Yeah, dude.
We even have lethal outs. I'm pretty sure we have something in the deck that deals low damage.
We have Conk.
Conk.
yeah.
We have
we're
some other
playing-
things too.
I think we have Firelord, right?
Do you want to attack?
No, it's
Oh, we can't.
unable,
Yeah, that's right, that's right. That card's real good.
But it'll just grow like they
A lot
just
against their
attack,
deck, yeah.
Yeah, attack with 5/2, then like it gets more attacks, and then we Reno next. But he has Doctor Boom, but I don't know. Probably it feels like it's awkward. Well, That seems like
That's the
Dr.
boom,
Yeah. Does not, and he does not take pro.
Really?
This seems bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a friendly minion?
minions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We are dead unless we Reno.
So
Right?
And we still have Tyrion.
what we can do is actually pain the Stegoron and then Raza, but like it's
Yeah, we
pretty,
die.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Well, because we attack the 5-2.
Or like anyways, we can just trade and see what we get here.
I mean, I think we make that attack every time, so let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, they know we had a reaction. Okay.
Yeah, but like they should go.
Alright, so.
Alright, so we play Reno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play the one that we just got so they don't know about the other one we have.
Sure.
Actually, no, they won't guess. They won't.
But like.
Yeah, they won't know.
I mean, they might guess. I don't know which one's better to play.
Just play the
I
one
want to play the one we already have.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if we play the other one, they know 100% that we have the second, whereas this way, they don't know 100%.
I don't know, only if we get some AoEs, then like we can stabilize here.
Yeah, we only really have Light Bomb, and I mean.
So Boom should go into the 2-6. Do we want to clear?
I think we want to clear one. I'm pretty sure we need to clear one. What do you think?
With what?
Kind of wanted to kill the Boulevard, but I think Reno's more correct because we can go 5-2 into it and then trade a 1-1 and then get the mini bot bounce. What do you guys think? Or do you just not want to clear? Go face.
I don't know, dude. It's soft. Like, if we think they have like Tyrion or something.
I think it's fine to kill the Reno. Kill the Reno. So
yeah,
Boom
let's
into
kill
the 2-6.
Let's play this stuff first. So.
It feels bad not sending Boom at face.
Wait,
Yeah,
do
okay,
we
alright,
want to play
yeah,
it? Wait.
No, we do.
We're playing to
playing
Anduin.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We
can't beat it. We can't
yeah,
beat
we
it.
have to play it. All right. So I'm pretty sure we killed the Reno, yeah?
Yeah, so Boom into that.
Yeah. Killed the Reno.
Yeah. Boom bot.
We're not playing zombie, yeah?
No.
That's good.
Yeah, just go full face.
Alright, so we're showing 13. Do we have silence in this deck? We don't, right? No.
No.
If they have...
Oh boy.
2 Renos.
How can there be 2 Renos in the world?
Well, it doesn't make sense that you get to heal. Deck's not supposed to have duplicates.
Remaining.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
When he plays, it all of a sudden triggers. Now
You could technically have, 14 duplicates, and then Reno and another legendary. Just have to draw those 14 cards first.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Grimstreet Grifters were looking quite poor going into that last turn, but Faces Manipulator was able to buy them some time. We know Jackson
there were no taunts in their deck, though.
Well, there is. There's a lot of taunts in their own deck. so that's the thing. This priest deck for Excavator Treasures is built around cards that steal your opponent's cards.
Yeah.
So they have Devoured Mind, they have Thought Steal. That old buddy sitting in there, Archbishop Benedictus. Archbishop.
How many more ways could TJ say Archbishop? No way. No way. Nah, okay.
Nah, Shadow of Pain. And Raza the Chain. So still a lot of gas left for Grimstreet Grifters. Chillblade Crusaders now. They're starting to run out of gas themselves.
There's a lot of gas left for Grimestreet Grifters. I mean, the Pyros from the Pilot Shredder. The Reno Jackson to heal for full again. The Dr. Boom that they stole. Chillblade's Crusaders Reno Jackson not nearly as good because they're the ones who are pressing the offense right now. And they're going to have to face down Mind Control in a couple turns. This could get ugly over the next couple of turns here.
It really could. And this could be a tough decision here with the trade. So let's go and listen in now to the Chillblade Crusaders. See how they want to take this turn.
Master? No, right?
No, we save it for Tarum.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, just okay.
Do you want to play this tower or not?
That's the only sketchy one. I'm not too sure.
I would play it.
Are we trading the Coil Guardian? Or is that going
Actually,
face?
there's no point in playing Chow, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
get
there's
the
no
next
point.
Dominion.
We're trading the Cobalt. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trading everything. We're full trading.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I don't think we can go face at this point. Like.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
trade.
Alright. Yeah, I'm done. Ordering Krogasm.
Rope every time.
So we keep the Chow if we need a free.
Well, yeah. It's just that like Dragonfire kind of clears this, so
Yeah.
This is good. This is good against Shadow Reaper as well.
Oh my.
Oh, great.
That's pretty good.
We cannot kill them either, right?
That was spicy.
No, we can't kill him. 10.
Oh.
Yo, the force tank though.
Yeah.
It's a mech. We get Divine Shield.
Yeah, we do.
So you
my
play
God,
that, we get
that's insane.
So we get Divine Shield, we trade the 1/1.
We
and
trade
then,
everything.
Yeah.
We have to trade into all the boom bots.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go.
Why? Wait, so why do we train with the bots?
Huh? Because
I mean,
otherwise
they are okay, guys. So, force tank max, 6-3 into 7-7. 1/1 into the boom to clear it.
Yeah, and then we just put...
Then you Hiko power first. You go 2-2 into the 1-1,
Right.
and then you Reno into the 1-1.
Okay.
Because they have Reno.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yep.
This is the Mind Visions card as well, not the Oracle card.
Yeah.
Still, we trade.
Yeah, we trade.
Because
Yeah.
Because
do
of the
we,
2-1?
Divine Shield's actually really.
Yeah, you trade.
Yeah, I just trade.
Okay.
Damage to face is irrelevant, they have Reno.
Nice.
Damage to face is irrelevant, they have Reno.
I mean, it's not irrelevant. We have to kill him eventually, right? Like.
Boom bots are scary, TJ.
Yes, they are.
It was headed towards that Cobalt, and I was like, oh, he's done.
What about 3 Reno Jacksons? How about that? And I was talking to Navi yesterday right after their matches, and I said, oh, did you guys have fun up on stage? And Navi had said, yeah, it's really fun getting bossed around by RDU. Which effectively seems like that's what that team operates. RDU's like, wait, guys.
Let's be real here.
Let's be real here. And he said he even bosses them around like outside of the game. They're like, oh, we want to go play in the demos. And RDU's like, no. We got to be on stage in an hour and a half. Check in with me. RDU's like the mom of the Chillblade Crusaders.
Our dad, you, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But Grimstreet Grifters, Drawn Kazakis, that's some of the only form of AoE that they actually have in this deck. Light Bomb is the other one, but that's about it. There's not much full clears going on. They do have an Excavated Evil, but that's a very small form of AoE. And that's a good one.
Oh my! 7 extra health to the Doomsayer. The Force Tank Max is almost certainly attacking there. The Pyros now is the second one. 2 Pyros, 3 Reno Jackson. That's a full house, Tej.
So the big thing here for Grimstreet Grifters is just to live. Because if Chillblade Crusaders ever have a dead turn, they can capitalize. A 6-6, a 10-10, heal to full, mind control your big dude.
And with Chillblade, the fact that this is the second Pyros they're seeing now, that Sunkeeper Tarum is almost never going to have aggressive potential. They know that there's a Reno Jackson in hand because of the convert.
Yeah.
They don't know about the second one, but they do know there's 2 Pyros, and the Pyros eventually turn into 10-10s. They have to be able to combat that. This is a ton of pressure that's being put on Chillblade to fight this battle as effectively as possible.
Yeah. I actually want to take a moment to listen to the Grimstreet Grifters here and see what they're coming up with for a game plan as this one goes long.
I'm actually gonna play on Huge Minion or we Devour Mind.
I like Pyros. If we play Pyros though, he just kills it with that, and then we have to Devour Mind a Consecration or something. Maybe we just, do we just beat Tyrion anyway? Maybe I'm too scared of Tyrion.
Well, like, it depends, like, what he gets from Devour Mind, so...
Honestly, I like Mind Control now.
Yeah, me too. They clearly don't have
Last turn
Tyrion.
I didn't like it because they had so much attack. Plus a 6 attack guy that got
so
shield.
you want to Mind Control the 7-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think value trade the 1/1.
I agree, and then heal it.
Yeah,
you think bump maybe?
This seems fine, yeah.
Maybe hitting Divine Shield's better. No, they play Quartermaster.
Yep.
All right.
So you're gonna kill 1/1 and then
Wait, heal,
you have to heal.
I know.
Heal.
You're baited. You're baited. Okay.
That's scary.
I too forget that it's free a lot of times.
The one thing that's funny is that these are giant touchscreens. So you can see your teammate's hand moving towards the end turn button. It actually takes like a few seconds to get all the way up there. So like, wait. But he debated us all.
Chillblade Crusaders is... I mean, they have to go here. Yeah. I said there was much aggressive potential, but they are not going to have aggressive potential if they don't play Tarum here.
Yeah, they basically need to go for a push now. It could be, because this is going to be their last push, and they might as well go for it before Grimstreet Grifters find enough resources. And there is a lack of AoE. I talked about it. Raynad was saying that if they go for a line of play where their board gets traded off, value traded off, the only way that they come back is a Devour Mind into a Consecration, because they don't have faith in drawing their own Light Bomb now that Kazakus is gone. Light Bomb is the only AoE besides an Excavated Evil. That's the only couple things left in the deck that can clear out a wide board position. So Chillblade Crusaders still has some game left.
2 Renos, though. You got a lot of time.
You have a ton of time. But if the board builds up big enough, hold on, maybe that time goes a little bit quicker. But let's go and listen in now. Chillblade Crusaders, they're operating on very little resources. Let's listen in.
We never kill the Pyros.
It's hard for them to deal one damage.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to trade the 3/3 probably, but...
So then play the Howling Commander first and see what we get.
But don't you want the Divine Shield on one of these? Whatever.
Yeah.
No, but like, you don't want it on Silver Moon.
Yeah.
So do you just trade Silver Moon first? Oh, I guess it
No,
doesn't
no,
make
you
a
just play
difference.
Howling.
Then it doesn't
play
make a
Howling.
difference. Yeah,
Play
yeah.
Howling.
Yeah, play Howling.
If you want to ignore the 6/6, play Howling.
Yeah. Do we punch face with the Light's
Yeah.
Justice? Okay.
Okay,
Light's
nice.
Justice face, right? Or do you want to get the
No,
cog damage?
I would rather push it core.
because
Push
like,
it
we're
core
gonna-
because we
we've
go
got
Trigger.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
push
going
it
to
core.
trade first, that way we... It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, actually, because we have all the ordering.
Oh,
so
wait,
it's
you
fine.
should- yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
so it's
matter.
like this. Let's hero power.
Should have hero power first.
No,
Doesn't
you don't want
matter.
to hero power first.
Yeah, you don't
It's
want
better.
on the.
We're going to do this,
on the
yeah?
little
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Full face.
Yep.
Force them to Reno.
Yep.
Weapon face, yeah, nice. Okay.
I just wasn't sure if you wanted the 1 extra damage from the cog
So yeah,
hammer.
they still have
as opposed
a
to-
Pyros, Oracle card,
This
and
this is like a really hard board to deal with.
Yeah, for Priest.
Yeah.
They played the Kaz AoE, played...
They have Light Bomb and they have
Light Bomb
Dragonfire
and
Potion.
Dragonfire, though. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's not so hard.
But
Reyna was pretty solid as well.
how
like,
do
the
they
hands on
deal?
inside.
How do they deal with Tyrion's weapon? That's my question, guys.
Yeah, well, they have Reno, right? Like,
No, but like, they have one Reno. They don't have more than one Reno.
this is our second Reno.
They only have one Reno. I don't know. I think we have a chance. So we still have Ragnaros. We get Tyrion on the line. We get the weapon.
The ordering was technically incorrect on this, but that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they want you to attack into that one.
So
they might have Light Bomb.
They might, yeah. No, this would be a Dragonfire attack, right? Light Bomb, actually, no, you're right, yeah. Maybe it is Light Bomb.
So to play around Light Bomb, we did well to get Divine Shield.
Well, they're playing an awful lot around Dragonfire Potion, but
It's not in the deck.
yeah, it's not. They did not include Dragonfire Potion.
And the decks were revealed after the first round of play. After every team had played yesterday, since we were revealing decks on stream in order to keep the competitive integrity of the event, we revealed all the decks. To the
Hours and hours and hours that RDU has spent playing Standard has led him to this thinking that it is Priest and therefore it has Dragonfire Potion. I mean, he's just run into that card, hundreds and hundreds of times.
And another thing to note is, RDU is pretty convinced that there is one Reno Texas, and it just came out. So they may play quite aggressive here onto this board.
I think that's still the right call, though. They don't really have much of an option other than to continue to play aggressively here. The board is, hasn't been dealt with, and this is where this board position thrives, is you just get to push damage over and over and over again, and your minions are dealing double, triple, quadruple damage.
Yeah, and these expensive but infinite sort of tools that Grimstreet Grifters have with a ton of Renos, double Pyros, and very expensive cards like Archbishop Benedictus that aren't going to really be played, are kind of working against them right now because they're not getting to the point where they can turn things around. But now staring at another big board. Let's go and listen into the Grimstreet Grifters to see if they have much hope left in this game.
A freaking Light Bomb? Death? Okay, if we death the Tyrion...
And then kill 3-1 and like
And then
Reno
again.
Well,
Can we win a different way? If we...
that might be the only play.
That's 18, yeah, they'll have 18 damage on board, so... I mean, with the weapon, including the weapon.
They're gonna have,
I think, unless, I see that only as the only play.
It's the only line.
Yep.
Oh, he don't.
Oh my god.
Oh, see, they did have another Reno.
So Navio's right.
The third Reno, like what?
All right, so we
Weapon
just
into
punch
that,
it, then
yeah.
face, 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 face.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, is there any way we can go all face?
Because
this has, okay, so how much damage is this? Is
Okay, I see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 12, 12,
18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we go all face and we play Belcher Shredder,
We only lose 3 damage, right? Because this has the bubble. Oh, no, they have...
We lose 5.
We lose...
We don't really lose anything if we... Well, we lose the Belcher, so we do lose 3. We lose 2 damage overall if they have AoE. Although it plays around Dragonfire a little bit better.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys. I mean, I'm playing both of these no matter what, right?
Yeah.
I like killing the Reno.
First of all of these go face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. And we can evaluate. I think we killed the Reno.
I like healing the Reno.
I think we killed the Reno.
But wait a bit more.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Because they get a heal every turn. We need to connect more mini damage.
Okay.
I just
kill it.
Yeah,
kill the Reno.
I don't see there's a
We
way.
have time. Kill it.
Yeah.
Perfect piloted Shredder positioning.
Right in the middle. You should get that Direwolf Alpha or that Flame Tongue Totem.
Now that Sludge Belcher, on the other hand, a little off. It's a taunt minion. It should be next to Direwolf Alpha or that Flame Tongue Totem.
You're right. Misplay. But needed some AoE
not quite
here.
there.
Yeah, not picking up much.
Despite 3 Reno Jackson, Chillblade Crusaders maintain board thanks to Sunkeeper Terra and deliver what seems to be an infinite amount of damage.
Yeah, that was tough, and you could see Navi laughing because he knows that they had to deal about 80 points of damage that game in order to get it done. And a lot of it was dealt by the first Silverhand recruit that they played that got buffed up by Steel Crusaders. It was quite ridiculous. And there you can see now, Reynad has lost a life as well. Grimstreet Grifters not looking good, and Chillblade Crusaders are continuing their dominance from yesterday.
There's still plenty of play left, though. You got to take 6 games in order to win the series, so still plenty more to come.
Yeah, we'll see in a moment if Grimestreet Grifters can come back in this grand finals. Don't go anywhere.
Don't stray too far away from the fire, my friends. There's more tales to tell.
The 2017 Hearthstone Invitational is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA. The 2017 Hearthstone Invitational is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hearthstone Invitational Grand Finals, live from BlizzCon 2017. Currently, the Chillblade Crusaders have a 2-0 lead over the Grimstreet Grifters, and it's time to decide the format for game number 3. Once again, I will open my trusty chest, and I will take out an envelope, and the envelope will tell us everything. And the format is standard.
It's exactly what I expected. Standard. So standard, that's what these guys are most used to.
Yes.
They've played a lot of Hearthstone. And
Most
a lot
of them.
Yeah, and a lot of this, the competitive environment takes place specifically in that format. This is where I would imagine Chillblade Crusaders has a little bit of an edge. All 3 of these players are active in tournaments. RDU and Dog are used to the team format. They've been playing a lot of it lately. But Kranich, he has been to the World Championships at BlizzCon twice. And both of those times it was standard.
Yeah, he's played on this very stage, actually. This is the stage that was used for the World Championship in the past. We took out the big player booth and added these giant touchscreen monitors that the players are playing on, but it is the same stage. So we'll see if that experience is going to give him an edge, if he can play well under pressure. But this is going to be Druid from Chillblade Crusaders, piloted by RDU, and the Pirate Warrior for Grimstreet Grifters, piloted by Kranich.
And there's something that's pretty interesting to note here as well. RDU loves to play decks that have that next step style of feel where the metagame is headed. And Big Druid has been one of those decks that's been emerging in the format. A lot of times when you think of Druid in Standard, you think Jades. Play some large green mana and attack your opponent. This deck wants to ramp up the mana and just play the biggest, baddest bombs that are in the format. And when I say that, TJ, what I mean is that there are 6 10-mana cards in RDU's deck.
That's a lot.
It is a ton. And Wild Growth is a big key to unlocking that, because now he'll move into Mire Keeper next turn. But for Kranich, he loves to play aggressive decks. This is what he's done his entire career, is take advantage of these bad boys.
Yeah.
And that South Sea Captain is going to get pressure underway.
Yeah, but Chillblade Crusaders did have Wild Growth on turn 2. So let's go and listen into the Grimstreet Grifters so we can hear Raynette complain.
I like attack.
Well, yeah, hitting for 1?
Hitting for 1 is fine.
I think we're playing this on 4. We're not going to play a new weapon for a while.
Okay.
But if we draw an Arcanite Reaper, it's going to feel pretty bad.
Let's just hit 1 then. It's fine.
So what are we going to face, actually? They can play Jade Blossom.
Wrath Hero Power, probably.
Mire Keeper. Oh, no.
Mire Keeper, maybe.
Keeper.
Let's.
I just hold one more.
Okay, we'll wait. Yeah. We'll wait one more.
I like hitting, but okay, it's up to you guys.
They're both good plays. I like hitting too, honestly.
Hitting.
I like hitting. We're gonna draw another weapon.
Sure.
And we'll just upgrade that weapon, not this.
Yep.
Everything. Oh, they don't even have Earthen Scales.
No, they have it. Thought they had 2.
Okay. So this should be
frothing.
Frothing, yeah.
Here. Yeah, you gotta really see curve here. Yeah. So first thing, do it even matter like trade? Like
we have to trade.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, like the patches or like
the patches.
Patches.
He's
okay.
uglier.
Yep. Just don't really want to see him again.
Yeah.
Let's go all face.
Okay, what's their Moonblade?
Getting 1/1.
Yeah, I mean they have a Spreading Plague. That's
Spreading Plague is actually
really annoying.
Yeah, but like still.
It'd make this really big.
It's not like good for them, but it does buy them a lot of time, and it's a card they'll have to play this game to win. So.
I mean, like if he gets like better board, then it's completely okay. So it's
Malfurion on. Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
are you kidding?
What is it?
They full mauled and now. Okay, well. I just want you guys to know they played turn 2 Wild Growth, turn 3 Mire Keeper, turn 4 Primordial Drake on a full mull.
So we're just.
They trade the 8 drop, right? Or I mean the 8 attack guy. We have to.
Yeah, trading frothing.
Yep.
I think this is pretty fine. They just had no better place, so.
Yeah.
you're gonna play
Naga.
Naga.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we hold our weapon attack per turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
And just trade this one.
Yeah.
For thing. Getting some damage. Yeah, we'll
We hold it because we can upgrade and Naga Corsair or just Hydra.
So what are the other options like?
Yeah.
We have to play it, and we can use Earthen Skills.
Doom Guard.
It's not Doom Guard.
Oh,
Sick.
oh,
Do it.
that's pretty good.
It's pretty sick. It's a lot of health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get the 2-1.
Yeah. So they might have Bitter Tide. We'll see.
Let's hope not.
Man, that was a lot of armor. Jeez.
So they kill our really done. They kill our 2-1, but then we can hero power their 3-1. We are behind, but I don't know. We have a lot of.
If they don't have Bitter Tide, we're like okay.
We have big cards.
Bitter Tide's the only card we can't beat.
Okay, we don't have Bitter Tide.
Corsair.
Corsair. Wow.
Well, they do have Bitter Tide, but they decide to go for something different this turn. And
Yeah.
Chillblade Cursaders said Bitter Tide's the card that they can't beat.
Well, it's tough for them to beat this too. I mean, this is actually more power on board.
Yeah.
And it gives a 4-power weapon another charge. I think this is quite superior. Grimstreet Grifters can rest assured that there is not another swipe in hand. However, second Primordial Drake could be something that hits the captain, but there's still a ton of power on board if that happens. And they follow this up with Bittertide Hydra. It's a lot harder to use Bittertide Hydra by itself, and that's why they're isolating it as the last card in their hand. For Chillblade Crusaders, their hand has been incredible, but the pirate pressure is a ton to deal with. We saw it in the previous game. Repetitive damage is what ends up winning these matchups.
Yeah, they're probably going to need a real Deathwing at some point to be competitive in this game because Deathwing Dragon Door is not going to do it. No ramp currently, and they don't have a single playable card in their hand. Let's take a look at what the draw is.
Uh-oh.
But that is quite perfect. I want to listen into the Grimestreet Grifters now as they deal with the Lich King.
So this is really important. I will got Leroy.
Definitely high trade.
We're gonna Hydra every time.
Yeah.
But then we just get rid of our taunt and then our face.
So we have 9 damage and like 8, 17, and probably it's fine.
Yeah, I think we do get rid of the taunt. I mean, instead of getting rid of the taunt, we can get rid of the 6/5.
I like keeping it.
It's only going to have 5 attack.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if we kill it off, yeah, because he gets to trade there. But if we're going to have 5 attack basically on board. But if we trade off the Naga instead, we're going to have 7 attack left. But we missed 2 damage this turn.
So we're gonna trade this guy.
I think it's better to trade the 4 guy. Because we basically
And
we have 2 less attack on board, but we go face in. We have 2 less attack on board, but we basically gain go face.
yeah.
No, but yeah, the advantage is we get the 2 damage right now, so this is better.
I don't really know what he gets from.
They're so close to getting past this hump, but I'm not sure that actually quite stabilizes them.
They need another card after the Spreading Plague to be able to stabilize.
Well, I'm guessing that Obliterate is probably getting used this turn.
Trade Spreading Plague, Obliterate, and just try and stabilize at a low life total?
I think so. If they don't Obliterate this Bittertide Hydra, it will chew through the rest of Grimestreet Grifters' board. Unless they are feeling some interesting scenario where maybe they want to leave the Bittertide Hydra, have the Spreading Plagues threaten the damage on the 3 points of return, see if they can draw stuff to get out of it that way.
I'd like to hear from their thoughts. Let's go ahead and listen to the Chillblade Crusaders and see how they want to plan ahead.
Like, Obliterate it.
And then we obliterate their Hydra. Okay, this is the best way.
Yeah, this is definitely the best.
There's actually some merit in obliterating that.
For the second captain?
No, he's almost dead.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So if we rip swipe, we push 7.
You want to leave the Hydra up?
Yeah,
I see,
if we rip swipe, we push 7.
It's questionable.
But Deathwing will probably end him anyways next turn, and we're relying on a top deck, so I think what we did was better. But yeah, because, I mean, realistically, if he gets past the taunts, we lose anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
Does Deathwing end them, though?
Do we even have a taunt? I don't even know if we have any more taunts left.
Honestly. Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, that's
that's really good.
We have a Malfurion.
Are we just dead on board next turn?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are dead.
Yeah, we are.
Dead.
No,
we aren't.
Yeah, we are. If we play Deathwing, we are.
Yeah, we need a hero
No,
power.
the Pirates lose attack.
Yeah, but it just gets through cleanly.
Oh, we need
so
the hero
it's 5 plus
power. We need the
3.
hero power, yeah. Okay, so we have the hero power.
Yeah.
So like, let's hope we draw something like UI.
I don't even know. Oh, UI. That's a good.
Oh,
that's,
you do it for us. They trade for us.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Wait, no, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Swipe.
Swipe it.
Swipe.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if we did the wrong
maybe
thing.
the Hydra line.
Yeah,
That's
I wonder.
close, dude.
That's interesting.
That's close. All right, just UI, Gaben, please. Oh wait, no.
What?
Mike Morheim.
There you go. No, Ben Brode. You gotta,
dude. No, we need to go 1 step.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know who's the right god.
I pray to Papa Brode.
Whoa, my, this is close.
It's kind of funny because Mike Morheim was sitting directly behind them for the beginning of this match.
Grimstreet Grifters is 1 turn away. The Leroy in hand represents 10 damage. So even if Chillblade were to heal for 1 with the hero power here, it's not enough. And Chillblade Crusaders, they have to know that that card in hand is likely damage.
I don't know. They might have to take the risk here and just go 1 turn where they get Deathwing.
What wouldn't have been played, though?
Maybe an Arcanite Reaper?
No, they would have played that in hit, right? Maybe an Arcanite Reaper? I don't know. I feel like in their spot, even if they drew, there's only 2 cards that draw that are super beneficial. It's the second Spreading Plague, and it's Malfurion the Pestilent.
That is it. They don't have taunts. They don't have anything that can gain life without a minion on board.
If they draw, it has to be one of those 2.
Yeah.
If they play the Deathwing Dragonlord, though, they need 2 turns to kill.
They need 2 turns to kill, or it gives them something to trade into. Okay, they're going for Wild Growth. They're going for the Desperation play. See what they can pick up. Perfect card would be Malfurion the Pestilent for Chillblade Crusaders. Jade Blossom.
Wow. Not enough despite the heavy ramp that they had, despite the Spreading Plague, despite the Primordial Drake. None of it worked out. And Leroy Jenkins is going to put Grimestreet Grifters' first win on the board.
That's a big win for them because if they fell down 0-3 after the first round of play, and the BM,
right
they're
back.
still down in the series.
Chillblade Crusaders threw it up first. And now Kranich is able to answer for the Grimestreet Grifters. First team to take 6 wins takes the series.
Yeah, and keep in mind also, if a player loses both of their lives, they are eliminated and have to leave the stage. So that's 1 life gone for RDU, who, as we've talked about, seems to be the leader for the Chillblade Crusaders. If they lose him, maybe they'll struggle a little bit more, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, he's going to take a sidestep for a moment while the other players step in. And a new format will be chosen for this.
That's right. But Grimstreet Grifters still have some work to do. Still have a little bit of work to do. There you can see the crowd watching the stage. That's the trophy. That's what they're playing for. It's actually pretty sweet. And it's time to reach into my trusty chest once again to determine the format. The next format is Excavated Treasure.
And I love excavated treasures.
Me too.
Once again, they have to build with a shell that was previously determined in this. And from that shell, they have to fill up the rest of the decks without using duplicate cards. So think Reno Jackson, think Kazakus, Mage, Warlock, Priest have been very sought after in this format.
Hey, Admiral, there was treasure in my chest.
Ha! I get it.
But there's the rules for the Excavated Treasure format. It is wild, so all of the cards are available. The teams, as Admiral mentioned, received partial decks for each class, somewhere between 10 and 15 cards. They then had to complete these decks with cards without using duplicates. So they all are Highlander decks. They all don't have more than a single copy of a card in them. So it was a pretty tough deck building challenge because we did make the shells quite tough. The Hunter shell, which both of these players are playing, was basically secrets. If you go into your collection, go to the Hunter class and search secret, every single card that has secret on it was we put into the deck. So quite challenging. That's why you can see the Secret Keepers thrown in there by these teams and some beasts thrown in there to try and supplement these Hunter packages.
And they're pretty close to identical lists, given the way they wanted to build those. Of course, they added a Quick Shot, very powerful card. They went with the early minions alongside with Glaive Zuka, great weapon of the days of Hunter Yor. The real big difference is when it comes to their end game, where Grimestreet Grifters in Patra's build, they chose to go with Bittertide Hydra and a Bone Mare to really supplement the end game, where with Chillblade Crusaders and Navi Oots deck, they chose to go with Barnes, and they chose to go with Reno Jackson.
Quite bizarre. And keep in mind for this one, this is a big one for Chillblade Crusaders to win, because if they defeat Patra in this game, she will be eliminated. She lost her first game on stage. So this is her second life that she's fighting with here. They want to eliminate one of the other team. That's what Chillblade Crusaders has in their mind right now.
Grimstreet Grifters does not have a Reno Jackson, so this pressure will add up over time. And while it's just a Firefly with no actual heal in their deck aside from the Deathstalker Rexar, which providing 6 armor, that is about it for protecting themselves.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen in now to the Grimestreet Grifters as they formulate a game plan for this Hunter Mirror.
Not really. We're going to take like probably 4 extra damage over the It's probably worth it for a weapon charge.
Yeah, I agree. We just don't attack.
All right, pass.
Turn 3 Animal Companion or Huntress.
Only if you get into later curves, like so now we just get rid of all the cheap stuff. So
Snipe, Hero Power.
Snipe, Hero Power.
I think we do attack a 1-2 now.
Yeah, just kill one of the 1-2s.
We have a lot of big minions coming up.
Yep. So we're gonna prevent them just for one turn, and then like Lothab into Hyman into Boom.
Let's kill that.
Yeah, just killed it.
They know it's not explosive now.
But I would attack.
I would attack as well.
I would attack.
I would attack.
Yeah.
Okay, attack.
Yeah, attack 1-2 into it. All right. We're not gonna play secrets, but yeah, it's Barnes.
There's
Snipe.
like, alright.
It could be
It doesn't
Snipe.
matter.
Yeah, it's probably Snipe.
Yeah, but it's fine.
We don't
It's
care.
Barnes, yeah.
Come on. He's not Cloak Hunters because he can operate the secrets.
Snipe's fine.
Ah,
Ooh, he's
that's a
little.
low roll.
He's little.
Yeah, that is a low roll.
That's
We don't have
fine.
any silence, right?
Huh?
Do we have silence?
No.
Okay, because if we
There's
had
no way we
silence,
could fit in.
we want to Lothab in a key turn.
I mean, next turn might just be Secret Keeper, Explosive Freezing, so we can get some more charges. Because realistically,
I actually just want to start going face with the
yeah,
boat.
same.
What are they going to trigger our stuff?
The early days of Boom before he got his PhD.
Just a lowly 1-1.
Yeah.
But Chillblade Crusaders, this really interrupted their turn. They were hoping to get some secrets online and be able to really start hitting face with the bow, as they mentioned. But they're just going to counter with their own Lothab. Not bad.
And Mad Scientist, notice that despite the Death Rattle, the big impact of that card has been that it delivers 2 damage every single turn until your opponent kills it, where they get a benefit all of a sudden. It's a very difficult mini to deal with, and the aggressive pressure from that card isn't because you traded in and grab tempo, it's because turn after turn, it's 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. And then when you finally kill it, it's just a big benefit.
Yeah, and now Grimstreet Grifters play this high main, thinking that they're going to be pretty confident, but Freezing Trap is the bane of the high main. That's going to put it back in the hand, and while they will have Dr. Boom, they're taking a ton of damage in the meantime.
That Freezing Trap. Yeah. Oh my. Grimestreet Grifters under pressure. And I know that Raynad loves Huffer. Let's listen in and hear how they can come back from this.
I think oh man.
We have to attack with high main. We have no choice. If it's Freezing Trap, it's Freezing Trap. Like.
So it should attack Huffer, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright. It's Freezing Trap.
Damn.
So now 4.
So we're gonna kill 2-3 and then Putricide, I guess, or just.
We have to play Putricide. It's the only way we win.
Yeah.
So.
And kill command.
No. We attack the 2-3 and then we play a secret off Putricide and get explosive.
Yeah. Seems.
Okay.
We're so far behind. We have to high roll.
Just attack first.
Attack first with the weapon into the.
Because of Secret Keeper.
Yeah.
And
all right. Now we gotta get like the 1 in 10. Yep. And then play Alley Cat. Don't even look at it. Don't look at it. Alley Cat, go.
Alley Cat, yeah. We don't even know now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's unlucky.
It's not explosive trap. I like how they just don't look at their secrets when they get them. Reynad just encourages, no, don't look at it.
It's like, what's inside the box?
If you look at it, the explosive trap goes away. Becomes a hidden cache. But yeah, this one's looking quite grim. The one thing is that Chillblade Crusaders don't know what that secret is, because one was played and all of the secrets are in the deck, and then one was randomly generated, so they're both effectively randomly generated.
Let's go and listen to Chillblade Crusaders, see if they can navigate what the secret is.
Yeah, because even if it's Snake, we can clear with
Yeah,
explosive.
just trade.
All right.
Trading's fine. I agree. That's fine.
Yeah,
Snake, yeah.
Okay, it's fine. This is okay.
Yeah. Oh, it might be Bear. So we should attack with the scientist first.
Yeah.
no, Bear only goes
Wait.
on face.
Huh?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, wait. Should we?
No, it's fine. Go scientist
Go.
first.
Yeah.
Okay, face.
Right, attack face. Shoot.
Yeah, even if he's chaotic, we don't care. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Miss lethal LUL.
Miss lethal. Chad is gonna be spamming that pro player.
11 plus 4.
Yeah. Thinking. Shit.
Oh, wait a minute here. Deathstalker Rexar gives them 5 extra health in this spot.
It does.
They're clearing off the opposing board. Oh no. They need those minions to survive the rag shot.
They'd have to not attack. Okay. Well, they're going to play it, but that will be the death of them if they do.
Secrets are tough to play around too. I mean, they're hoping that the secret is something quite dead.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of secrets in this deck.
There's a ton of secrets. Literally all of the hunter secrets.
Yes. And that will clear off the board, and they're just staring at 5 damage. They think that they have 1 life left.
Yeah, the only one I don't see is like the trapdoor secret when your opponent hero powers.
Dart trap.
Dart trap. That's the only one I don't see.
Job done.
Valiantly fought, but the Fire Lord himself gets the job done. Chillblade Crusaders takes game 3, and that means Patra's second life has been lost. She will not be able to help the Grimstreet Grifters for the remainder of the series.
It's lastest hero standing at the Invitational. And while Chillblade Crusaders just going to shuffle around a little bit, we will have to forcibly remove Patra from the stage. But this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. She's like, can I stay up here for a couple minutes longer? Nope, you can't. There it is. 2 lives lost for Patra. Reynad and Kranich are going to have to carry Grimstreet Grifters to the defeat.
Good job done by Patra, though. She was the only player to go 3-0 during that regular stage to get them to this grand final.
Yeah. I guess all the Grimstreet Grifters taking a break, so we're going to go away for momentarily. Don't go anywhere. More Hearthstone Invitational right after this.
Don't stray too far away from the fire, my friends. There's more tales to tell. It's Hearthstone at BlizzCon!
See you, man.
Ah!
Oh, there it is.
Oh, great. Anywho, why don't you just vanquish your foe?
I can't just kill my boss, Gul'dan.
They can if you do it righteously.
Uther, there are no righteous kills. I've told you this.
Ah, not with that attitude there isn't. Just hear me out.
You should really take a yoga class.
You should take a...
Anyone gonna call shotgun?
Shotgun? What form of forbidden ritual is this? Is it some sort of dark bargain?
Shotgun. Whoever says it first gets to sit in the front seat.
This shotgun is evil, yes? I shall bend it to my will.
You don't bend it, you just say it.
So it's a spell!
No, you literally just say the word shotgun, and whoever says that first gets to sit in the front.
But what must we give in return? Everything.
No, nothing. 100% risk-free, you just say it, you get a free ride to Pizza Palace, which I'm pretty sure closes in like 6 hours, so...
I don't understand. Why use a spell if you get nothing? I just don't trust it!
Shotgun! Oh, thank you. Get in the car.
Did you just see that?
Okay, where you guys want to eat?
How about Solvafay?
Again, that is not a real place. You just want to murder people. We had pizza yesterday, so pizza?
What about sushi?
Shotgun! Uther gets it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Invitational here at BlizzCon 2017. We're smack dab in the middle of the grand finals here between the Chillblade Crusaders and the Grimstreet Grifters. Patra, with her loss in game number 4, has lost both of her lives in the grand finals and has been eliminated, which means she has been forced to leave the stage, leaving Reynad and Kranich as the only 2 members left in this last hero standing format.
Shotgun! Hey, I got the front seat. Perfect.
Front seat of the caster desk. But I got more pressing matters to attend to, Adverbal. It's time once again to reach into my trusty chest and determine the format for the next series.
Okay.
Or not.
It's impossible to get open. Viney, crazy, uncontrollable.
Wild.
Ding!
The format is wild. But just making sure, it's wild.
It's wild indeed. Every card now available to the teams when they were building their lists. However, the lists can get quite aggressive as we move into this stage. Some of the most powerful cards in Hearthstone have been the early minions and the amount of damage they can deal when they go unchecked. And that has been a favorite throughout this event so far.
That's right. Oh boy. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned aggro shaman mirror match.
And this is quite a throwback. Tunnel Trogs, Totem Golems, even Crackle in the mix, and my gosh, is Chillblade's hand good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen into Grimestreet Grifters. They're a player down. Let's hear how they want to handle the mulligan.
This seems perfect. Just keep 2 1-drops.
Okay. We have a good amount of weapons.
Yeah, bolt. Okay.
So if they go Trog, do we coin bolt it with the Trog, or do we just bolt, or do we... We don't Trog pass, because that's bad against Flame Tongue. We don't coin Rockbiter.
So...
You know, the only thing I don't like about Trog coin bolt is it's bad against Totem Golem.
I feel like it'll be fine, just...
Bolt pass. And if they Totem Golem, we coin Crackle.
That seems like too passive. I just like throw coin.
All right. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was leaning towards that play anyway. I just want to talk through all the other stuff. Let's just hope they don't have it. And if they have the best opener on the play, then we're dead.
This one is just bad against, only bad against Totem Golem.
Yeah.
So
And we can't beat that anyway. If they have like the best 1-drop, best 2-drop on the play, that wins the mirror.
Matches is an answer.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, go
It's
throw.
strong.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's that's whatever.
We have Jade Lightning.
Yeah. And we have like Portal's like the only
patches,
card.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll just Portal after. Oh, they drew patches. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, it's like acceptable, you know.
All right, Power Mace.
Yeah, Power Mace is close. Ooh.
The Flame Tongues are really strong, but not here.
Just hero power.
Yeah.
Dog fans hate to see that.
That passage draw was so costly for Grimstreet Grifters. They needed one single turn to get past.
Any other card in their deck, they would have been happy to see. Literally any other card.
And a lot of times this matchup, even though it's quite aggressive, it doesn't always end very quickly. A lot of times what ends up happening is trade resources back and forth. Your cards match up fairly evenly. It's the team that can make the best use of their resources and have that last threat that ends up pulling ahead in the series.
Yeah. And if this is a spell power totem roll, then Chillblade Crusaders will have a full board clear.
Yeah, it's important to take care of totems over and over again due to the threat of Flame Tongue Totem. The threat of so many totems getting on board that eventually your opponent has a big manipulation over the way the totems work. You know, they get the spell power and suddenly Maelstrom's wiping out more minions. You know, that gives your opponent an opportunity to taunt up turn after turn after turn so you can't direct your attacks as well.
Yeah, this one may not be looking that good for Grimstreet Grifters. They're drawing cards that are quite dead in their hand. They do have a lot of burst damage, though. But with Feral Spirits in the hand for Chillblade Crusaders, this is a big one. And keep in mind, Reynad did also lose his first game here in the Grand Finals. And he is the pilot for this game. So if he loses now, he would leave Kranich alone on the stage, fighting 3 players from Chillblade Crusaders.
Pretty big draw. But this is the Flame Tongue turn.
Yeah, I want to go and listen into Chillblade Crusaders with Doomhammer drawn. Let's see if they're on the hit him in the face plan.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I'd rather have
you
the
Flame Tongue, you bolt, you trade the 2 attack minion into their totem, and then you go face for the 4. I think that's like the cleanest way to do it.
Wait, what? We're going to go put the Flame Tongue right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then that trades bolt, trade that there, that
Yes,
face.
yes.
Yeah?
Nice.
You like it?
Yep.
All right.
Nice and clean.
God.
I like the way you do it.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, you have to do it like that, man.
Oh my god, dog.
It's scary.
Oh.
It's touchscreen.
Go upstairs, dog.
Go upstairs.
Yeah.
Doomhammer is also quite good.
Doomhammer is insane. It's like...
Yeah, especially if you play when you're bored. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, GG.
Man, that opener from that was scary, but then
Yeah, well, I
they
was a
had
little bit
nothing.
scared. Yeah, then they don't follow up. Like, they'll probably have to, like, burn spell the Flame Tongue here, and then, I don't know.
They probably have lightning.
Jade Lightning, yeah.
Yeah, or Crackle, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Rock Biter, but Rock Biter is pretty bad right now.
Rock Biter is...
What can they have that is good?
I think killing one Pharaoh seems fine. I feel like that's the only way. We just really need to trade.
So Feral, right?
Yeah.
Crackle, Feral. All right. We can also Rock Biter. That we can Rock Biter, Crackle next turn.
That seems good. Yeah, we just
Rock Biter?
Yeah, Rock Biter. These cards are like pretty much useless.
Yep.
Hammer. Yeah. I mean,
why don't we just play Flame Wreath?
And Totem? That's
Yeah.
fine.
And trade. Why don't we just Flame Wreath trade?
You trade the Flame Tongue, right? Yeah.
Huh?
Wait, you want to play Flame
No, we're not
Wreath?
playing Flame Tongue. Are we? I mean, we might as well.
I know.
Actually, no, yeah, I
play-
like Flame Wreath.
Play the Flame Tongue,
Yeah,
trade
yeah.
the Flame Tongue, go face, play Flame
Wait, what
Wreath.
are we
Yeah,
doing?
this is good. This is good.
Flame Tongue and Flame Wreath.
You want to trade the Flame Tongue?
Yeah, sack out Flame Tongue, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The taunt is more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
Attack with this. It doesn't matter,
It doesn't
actually.
matter.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we don't even trade. But
This is just right. I mean, we have to go with the minion, right? The only way we lose is like Ferals into something, or yeah, this is just right.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
Ferals would actually be
we just delayed the
It's gonna
Doomhammer.
Crackle here.
Yeah.
Or Bolt.
It's
Jade
Reynad
Lightning.
Cracker is gonna be free.
I mean, it can't even hit high, right?
No, yeah. No spell damage.
It's always free. Okay, so it's only Kranich.
Wow.
It is only Kranich now. Reynad, his Crackles do always seem to roll for 3. It's quite a phenomenon. but Reynad has taken his second loss, which means he will be leaving the stage and leaving Kranich all by himself.
Versus the world.
Effectively.
Oh, jeez.
This is where he feels most comfortable, though. You can see a little smile. He's like,
I don't know, he's looking around like,
this is what I wanted all along. I wanted to play by
know.
myself the whole time.
Help. I'd be very scared. Kranich does not look happy about this scenario. He's smiling, but then the face kind of turns into like, I don't know. Both lives left, though. Dog, RDU, and Naviute have to beat him twice before Kranich beats the Chillblade Crusaders 5 times.
Yeah, 5 lives remaining as a team. It's going to be difficult. But let's go ahead and see what the next format is going to be that Kranich is going to have to play. And keep in mind, he only has a limited deck pool himself. Let's go ahead and take a look. It is going to be standard. Standard is the format.
Yeah,
this one's going to get dramatic, but let's go ahead and we're going to have to go to a break for just a moment to give themselves a chance to reset. But don't go anywhere. More Hearthstone Invitational will happen right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hearthstone Invitational Grand Finals. Currently, Kranich, the only player remaining for the Grimstreet Grifters, has to fight up against RDU, Dog, and Naviute of the Chillblade Crusaders, all by his lonesome.
Now, that being said, Kranich has been to more World Championships than his 3 opponents combined thus far. One of the few players that has the title of multiple world champion competitor. That will be changing in January come Amsterdam, but until now, he is one of the few prestige in Elite that holds that, but he's got to win 5 times before the Chillblade Crusaders win twice.
Yep, and as the envelope told me from my trusty chest, the next format will be standard. So we're going to go back to standard for both of these players. And we'll see if Kranich can do it. I don't know. This one's going to be really tough. His standard deck is just Pirate Warrior, though.
It's right up his alley. I mean, he's loved to play aggressive decks throughout his entire career. And if they're not aggressive decks, they're typically some sort of combo deck that plays quite aggressively and delivering endgame damage. And we saw him take his first game with it as well.
Yep. And here's what's going on around the rest of the Hearthstone area here at BlizzCon. The Hearthstone Tavern, brand new this year for 2017, right next to the Hearthstone stage, has players playing some fireside gatherings, getting to do Nemsy portrait. There's some live music, some food, some drink. It's a great time over there. I had a chance to check it out yesterday after we got done with our matches. And it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, I got some artist sketches going on over there too.
Yep.
I was particularly interested in watching someone draw a magnificent portrait in a short amount of time. Something that I can't do with a long amount of time.
Something that most people can't do with any amount of time.
Correct.
But now we're about to jump into it. You can see on your screen, this one's going to mean a lot. Chillblade Crusaders, they're leading this one.
RD does have that one loss, though. Last time he was on this standard deck, it had a brilliant opening hand, but then it was too heavy at the top end. You know, I mentioned that there were 6 10-cost cards in his Druid deck. That's a lot of 10-cost cards.
Yes.
1/6 of his deck occupies 60 mana worth of cards. That sounds crazy to me.
And we'll see if they can get it done again. He looks so lonely.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it. I'm just like, this is 3 versus 1.
Oh, man.
This also just makes the set a lot harder as well. I mean, you get to focus by yourself, but now you have to keep track of every little thing.
Yep. And I want to go and listen into the Chillblade Crusaders early on here, see what they're discussing for the Mulligans and how they want to change their game plan to overcome the matchup this time.
Keep swipe all the time, but not anymore. Oh, nice. You nailed it. Oh, you're good.
That's good.
Yeah, you nailed it, man.
Did he also full keep? Did he also full keep again?
I didn't see.
I think so, but
I think he did.
He seems to be smiling a lot.
I
think he has 1 into 2 into. All right, just going on.
It's like the only situation where that deck is actually decent. But we have also good hands, so I think.
Wait, do we?
We coin Wild Growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to. Yeah. Coin
Wild
Growth.
Yeah.
Always
You're right.
Yeah. All right, our hand's good. Our hand's really good. The question is, will we live?
Yeah.
I think we have time.
So let's see. We'll be at 3, then we'll be at 5, then we'll be at 7. So we can't even play Prem after Fire unless we draw Innervate.
The best draw would be Spreading Plague, I think.
I think the best draw would be Nourish
or
Plague.
Yeah.
Because then we can go Wild Growth into Nourish and play the Prem.
Yeah, that too.
Inspire Warrior?
Right.
Oh, he's Inspire Warrior.
Inspire Warrior. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you nailed it, man.
Wow.
This one's not looking good for poor old Kranich there.
Well, he does have the Bloodsail Cultist, which is this is a big impact point.
It's going to be a turn 5 primordial, turn 4 primordial trade.
So it's going to a 2/4 weapon now. It's going to move to a 3 power weapon on the following turn, and he's got 2 Bittertide Hydras to fight with. He's not out of this one by any stretch of the means.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and listen in now to the Grimstreet Grifters to see if Kranich is discussing these plays with himself.
Yeah, a lot of thoughtful discussion going on there.
At least in his head.
Kranich, of course, a South Korean native. English is the second language for him, so
he's struggling to communicate with the second side of his brain.
He's doing all right. This Naga Corsair is a big deal, and the second Bloodsail Cultist just got drawn as well. That weapon is going to put in some work here.
But he's still going to have to get through a lot. I mean, there's Primordial Drake, which is a lot of health to get through as the taunt. Then he's going to have to get through an Ultimate Infestation and Earthen Scales. This is still he's still got a long way to go to get through all this damage, but he does have the tools to do it. And actually, Chillblade Crusaders is going to deviate, and this is going to take off probably a little bit more damage from the board, I'd say.
Yeah, Primordial Drake would just be represented by a trade purely on board. I'm not sure that they had the liberty of doing that just yet, but this does ramp them into Ultimate Infestation, which that is a bit more of a problem. However, this is what Bittertide Hydra is exactly for. It's to survive some potential swings from your opponent and then deliver a giant hit. He doesn't have 1 Bittertide Hydra, he has 2 Bittertide Hydras, and that is tons of damage that's going to come on to Chillblade Crusaders. I'm not sure that that's going to get the job done.
Yeah, let's go and listen in now to the Chillblade Crusaders. A few options in this turn. I'm curious what they're going to go with.
Just Leroy.
We
Just
could play
Leroy's
around
one
it.
off.
Isn't
Just
it?
Leroy's one
Do
off.
we never primordial Drake careful
No,
skills?
just play Infestation.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
If we draw Innervate, we can always Innervate UI, or Innervate skills.
Okay, that's right.
Fine.
We didn't draw it,
We're
though.
not going to win if we play Drake there. 'Cause
Yeah,
we don't
I
even-
agree. I agree. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
If we don't die this turn, we win the game, because we have Drake skills. They need 7 damage.
I don't think he has it, so
Yeah.
we're good.
We're probably just going to go Drake skill or Medivh skill. Might be dead.
Oh. Oh my god, he drew it. Wait, let's see if the deck can there.
Wow, big draw from Kranich. Bittertide Hydra. That is exactly why it's there, to punish your opponent right before they stabilize.
Kranich gets it done. Still a long way to go for him. But he starts off on the right foot.
But that's RDU's second loss.
So he's out. And there he goes.
Kranich just chopping him down one by one. There's only 2 opponents remaining for him to get through.
Oh, man, this is still going to be a tough road for him, but big smiles across his face as he realized that he won that game, and Dog was confident. He said, Ultimate Infestation, there's no way they can have 7 damage. If they do, they got us. But if we make it through this turn, we win. You didn't quite make it through that turn. And there you go, Dog and Navi, the only 2 left.
I should have played that Primordial Drake. Dang it. If we would have played that Primordial Drake, guys. Well, 4 more wins for Kranich to go. He's got to knock out Dog, he's got to knock out Naviut, and he has to do it before he takes 2 losses. But he's going to have to wait a little bit on that Pirate deck because we are changing the format once again.
This one's going to be big. I'm reaching into my trusty chest and pulling out an envelope. Let's see what this next format's going to be. This is a must-win for Kranich again. Excavated Treasures. That's what I'm talking about.
An Excavated Treasures list for Kranich is a Warlock deck. And for this format, players were given shells to work with. It was a pre-built partial deck, about 10 to 15 cards. Once they had that, they had to complete the deck without using any duplicate cards. So every single card in the deck, there's one of, it is a Highlander deck. The decks had themes that were with them, and so the players had to make a choice. Do I build towards that theme, or do I work away from it and just try to use powerful cards to supplement the apparent weaknesses of the existing shells?
Yeah, and we'll have to see, because this discard Warlock, discard Zoo kind of top-end Warlock thing from Kranich is quite interesting.
It definitely is, and I think that this was definitely the direction to take with it. If you're discarding cards, is that you try to turn those discards into a benefit. However, there is something that I've often seen Zoo struggle with, and secrets are quite literally one of those things. They have a lot of weird effects where the Warlock wants to be able to tailor its attacks to the optimum position. And the secrets from Chillblade Crusaders in their Hunter deck, they have a secret shell. You go type in secret while you're looking at Hunter cards in Hearthstone, and it's basically every single one. No Dark Trap, but it's early aggression, it's disruption with the secret cards, and meanwhile Kranich is the one left with the guesswork, and he doesn't have a 1-drop.
He doesn't have much. Howl Fiend is going to be tough for him to use unless he can isolate Fist of Jiraxis in his hand, or maybe some of the other cards that benefit from discards. But this one's tough. Let's see how the dynamic has changed. Let's go and listen into Chillblade Crusaders now that they've lost RDU as a player.
I think it's just better.
Dude, maybe we just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then load that on 5, and it's just
get 'em.
just like the old days, man.
Coin,
M-Gang. M-Gang is pretty UC here.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting. I think we just Eliminator, but it could be Bear Trap, Elemental. No,
This trade happens, then we
Wait,
can...
what trade happens?
He's going to trade into the Raise More Up.
I mean, we just have to play Eliminator, right? I mean, I don't know if Bear Trap, he's not going to play around it, and it's not really beneficial for us, right?
like bluffing his pointless.
He's he's going to evaluate his options and be like, I can't beat it, so he's going to test it. Yeah, so he can't bluff.
A lot less talkative without RDU there.
Yeah, you can tell they miss RDU because as soon as we went into the listen-in, Navi started talking about the good old days. He meant the good old days when they had RDU on the stage with them. But Kranich took a risk with this Halfing coming off, and let's see what it pulls. Dr. Boom.
So that was
gone.
that was likely to be discarded way before that point. Dr. Boom is in there to just be a power draw once you get to that stage of the game. You know, he's got Lakari Fellhound, he's got Doomguard, he's got Dark Bargain. He's not going to win this game without playing cards. And so even though he is, you know, taking quite a risk with the discards here, he does have the payoff with the Fist of Jaraxxus. Once that's discarded, it deals 4 damage. So that could potentially pick off the Illuminator. It could hit one of the remaining minions from Chillblade Crusaders. It could just go face, which is the situation he is really hoping it doesn't do.
Yeah. And currently, Naviud is actually the pilot for the Chillblade.
Oh, it hits the Firefly! It's gonna live now!
Tonight,
Uh-oh.
a tale of terrible tragedy.
I don't know if that's good for Kranich or good for Chillblade Crusaders.
What's great for
that's
Kranich?
kind
He
of
gets another
interesting.
attack.
Oh, and he draws the Malcazar Zim. So now he can start drawing with stuff if he wants. But that one's tough. Maybe just go with the Lakari Fellhound and put more power on the board.
You saw the look on his face. He drew it. He's,
yeah.
Oh, geez, now what do I do? I was just going to play the Fellhound, but what could I draw that's better?
Yeah, and that's a tough thing. And as I was saying earlier, Naviud has not lost a game yet on the Invitational stage. He's currently 5-0 so far when he's the pilot. And he's currently piloting this Excavated Treasures Hunter deck.
You are not the boss of me.
So if Kranich were to win here, he would be handing Naviud his first loss of this event.
Kranich's going to go for the card draw. I think that's the best one to discard. His hand is quite heavy, though.
Yeah, he's actually got a ton of 1-drops in the deck. Well,
The thing about it is when he slices over this Barnes here, now Chillblade Crusaders has to make a decision. Do we kill the Malcazar Zimp, or do we kill the Councilman, which can grow? Let's listen to Chillblade Crusaders and hear how they want to take this turn.
Against Shredder instead, but...
Is Shredder ever better? Actually might be.
This is pretty bad against Doomguard, so...
Yeah, we lose the game on the spot if he has Doomguard.
And we can just still 1-drop Loatheb next turn.
Yeah, I mean, Shredder's better.
I think Shredder's better, yeah.
The question is, do we play Secret Keeper or Flame Elemental? Next turn we have the option to buff the Secret Keeper to kill off the 1-3. You know what I'm saying?
I like it, yeah.
But if we play Loatheb, we can't, right? So it's an argument.
I think it's just Flame Melee.
I think it's Flame Melee as well. Because I think we're trading with the Shredder regardless.
Yeah.
Ooh. You hear what they said? If they have Doomguard, we lose on the spot. And they don't trade the Malcazar Zimp. This Doomguard's going to get a ton of value.
Well, now Kranich has more options once again. Does he want to have the defensive measure of the Lakari Fellhound? And he does. Doomguard pitched away, though. That was a card he wanted to keep, but then Cruel Dinomancer gets picked up.
Now he's going to get back Dr. Boom and Doomguard potentially with the Cruel Dinomancer if he can get that on the board next turn.
Yeah, summon a minion that you've discarded this game is the Death Rattle on Cruel Dinomancer. So it either represents 5 points of damage repetitively, or he's able to just get a giant minion on board when it dies.
Potentially, yeah. There's another minion that he's discarded this game so far, I believe, but there's 2 big ones in the pool.
Professor Future Side, whenever you play a secret, you play a random Hunter secret.
Unexpected.
And this is where things start getting really tricky for Kranich.
Yeah, I mean, the deck already has a ton of weird secrets in it already, so you're effectively working with 2 almost random secrets, because it's a random secret that they've drawn, and they have a ton of them, and then it's just a random Hunter secret in general. So he honestly has no idea.
Wow.
And it's going to be Freezing Trap. That's actually a pretty good one.
And that was a check that I felt was necessary for Kranich, which means that the one remaining now is Bear Trap on board. And that's beautiful news for him. He needed it to be something that he could offset very easily, and he actually gets to preserve the Malcazar Zimp potentially for later as well. But more secrets get drawn. And Chillblade Crusaders, they play the secret and not the Secret Keeper to go with it, so they're committing to the Loatheb here.
Yeah. If they don't play the Loatheb, then I think that might have been a little bit of an error. But Hidden Cache, that's not the best one, especially since if they play Loatheb now, it's going to be a Secret Keeper that gets buffed.
The Secret Keeper.
it buffs it anyway. There you go. Correct sequencing from the Chillblade Crusaders. Let's go ahead and listen into them now. They're discussing a lot of options. Let's take a listen.
I think we should play around the Mana Ray Threat, because like if we pull the Doomsayer, he just passes, Doomsayer goes off, this thing procs.
And we lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to play around...
We play around Mana Wraith then.
Yeah, because we can't beat Doomsayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Oh, it scared me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I saw some red.
Some red? Yeah, I actually thought it was Lightwell.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Lightwell.
Oh, yeah, I saw that also.
Yeah. Has
All
he
right,
discarded
so-
any bad minions?
I actually
I actually don't know. Hang on.
Wow, blood.
I know he discarded Dark
Neanderthal.
Bargaining. Snakes.
So now Kranich is going to get the summon from the Cruel Dinomancer.
Let's see, he has discarded Doomguard this game. Let's see if he gets it back. Dr. Boom!
But the problem with this is Professor Putricide's on board, threatening a ton of damage in this spot. And so 6/6 lifesteal, Hidden Cachet activates, no further punish.
The truth is in here.
And now it's moving up to 7 power. So there are 2 major kills on board that Chillblade Crusaders wants to take care of. And that Eagle Horn Bow is a bit late to the party.
Yeah, this one's going to be full. No matter which way you slice it, Kranich will be healing to full, almost.
That's a lot of extra life taps.
That is a lot of extra life taps, and currently Chillblade Crusaders is starting to run out of stuff. Eagle Horn Bow can be a lot of repetitive damage, especially with how many secrets this deck has, and the secret that they still have active, which is Bear Trap.
Kranich, I don't think he's focused on attacking face right now. He wants to exhaust Chillblade Crusaders' resources and then take care of things afterwards. And so Blood Queen Lanethel.
Holy moly.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, full health with effectively a reset board for Kranich. He's got life tap, he's got the resource advantage.
And Chillblade Crusaders has the Bear Trap, a Secret Keeper, and a 1-charge Eagle Horn Bow.
And a steady shot. When both hero powers damage one player, usually the player that gets damaged is the one that goes down. But Clutch Mother Zavas, no more discard cards in hand at the moment, but there's a ton in the deck, so that card could get a lot of value. Gonna realize it's Bear Trap, and that is a ton of damage staring at him.
That damage is starting to pile up now. Kranich played that attack awfully fast as well. I'm curious what the merits are to attacking Secret Keeper in this spot.
He probably thought it was Explosive Trap. That's why he wanted to attack first and evaluate the draw.
Draw his card.
Because he hadn't attacked the hero yet.
And you can see him now, he's thinking about it. He's like, I did not consider Bear Trap.
Yeah. That one's tough. Kindly Grandmother, though,
Weak
not
draw.
the best draw, so.
That's one of the worst draws left in the deck.
They have a lot of big
Chillblade.
stuff in the deck, actually.
A lot. There's a Reno Jackson, there's a Sludge Belcher, a Savannah Highmane, their own Dr. Boom, Ragnaros.
Avian Watcher.
There's also Kindly Grandmother.
But Chillblade Crusaders knows
They're
what
beating
the
down the
plan
door.
is here. That's right. They might as well take some of this power off the board. I think this is pretty smart. It's going to give Kranich a draw. He's looking for big stuff here.
Uh-oh.
It's not big stuff.
Now that being said, Chillblade is down to 17 as well. Implosion. There's no Unleash the Hounds in Chillblade Crusaders deck. And so they're going to get reduced to 1 power this turn if Kranich uses the Veteran and trades over the Iron for Grizzly, the 3/3 Taught's dead, and then Haunted Creeper trades into the 3/1. Chillblade Crusaders, they're going to have to figure this out. Their time is limited. Let's listen in.
That would be the action, not high hill.
Yeah, Explosive would be like super good. Don't. Yeah.
Just face and play it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
We called our one out.
Yep. Oh, you're getting really good at that.
Yeah, I know. I do it on stream all the time. It's good. All right, just do it.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
And Kranich awfully low on life, and when he procs his trap, he's going to take 2 more. Adds a charge to the Eagle Horn Bow. And 2 more on the doorstep every single turn with the hero power.
Yeah, I mean, if he hero powers here, he goes down to 9 after the Explosive Trap, which means he just dies in 2 turns, the Eagle Horn Bow plus the hero power. His deck, as far as I can tell, does not have any healing besides the Blood Queen Lanethel, except for Kazamikis. Kazakis Potion could game armor, but he hasn't drawn it. This is not looking good for Kranich. That was, as the Chillblade Crusaders said, the best draw in their deck.
I'm curious, actually, if Kranich should attack in this spot. There are a couple more cards that he could take advantage of this Explosive Trap with. I'm looking at Dr. Boom to deliver the Boombot damage, and with Ravenous Pterodax to create a big minion that lives past it when it attacks, and then the last one is with Bone Mare. But now he limits his time to push for damage and hope that it's enough. But Chillblade Crusaders, that bow started moving before their turn started.
Yeah. Do they have any taunts? Bone Mare could keep them alive. Dark Peddler could pick up some healing. Voodoo Doctor. Voidwalker also keeps him alive.
Reliquary Seeker so close to being good.
Yeah, I mean,
he just needs a little bit more life.
He's got to take Voidwalker here, and he can't tap.
No Houndmaster. There's one kill command. No, there's no kill command.
Yeah, I like the trade in with the 1/1 here. That leaves space on his board for extra power. Let's count how much power he has on the board. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. So if the bow comes in...
Oh, wait. Chillblade Crusaders is dead.
They're dead.
Exact lethal. They have no way to fend off the board pressure. Their secret doesn't interact with board, and they can only deal 2 damage. Kranich has used all of his cards and the maximum amount of life that he possibly could to get to this scenario.
Kranich does it again. Another one in the books. Still both of his lives remaining left in this grand finals after a very close game. I thought he was done for. He can't. He's going to stay up here all day. He says, I'm not leaving. This is my giant touchscreen.
That's the discussion over there. Do you start to get nervous? Does the morale start to break? No, we should have done. We should have done. I'd like to hear it, but Kranich now, he's closing the gap. And that lead suddenly isn't so massive anymore.
Yeah, he's only one player, but it's currently 4-3. So we can take a look now at the lives and how this shakes up. Now Nabiut, that was his first loss. He was 5-0 as the pilot in the Hearthstone Invitational from the beginning, from day one. And Kranich has just given him his first loss in the grand finals.
Still both lives left. 3-2 is the wins now.
Yeah, we're gonna go away for just a few moments as we get ready for the next game, but don't go anywhere. More Hearthstone Invitational right after this.
The 2017 Hearthstone Invitational is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Invitational live from BlizzCon 2016. Make some noise if you guys are enjoying the Invitational, and if you want to see this one go the distance as Kranich continues to fight back in this series versus the Chillblade Crusaders. They're the only representative left for the Grimstreet Grifters. Reynad eliminated. Patra eliminated. It's only Kranich left.
But he's got 2 lives.
2 more, that's right.
He's like 1/4 of a cat.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But it's time to see what the format is going to be for game number 8 as I reach once again into my trusty chest. Envelope number 8. The format will be standard. Standard again. All right. Well, Kranich is going to be back on the Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, he is 2-0 with that Pirate Warrior currently. And he's looking to make that a 3rd one. He is on a winning streak right now. And if I'm in the Chillblade Crusader spot, I'm feeling a tad nervous about this one.
I would be too. That's a couple of games that now that they've lost in a row, the score's starting to get quite close. And Kranich, they just got to look across at him. He's just smiling. It's a menacing glare. Impossible to read.
And the matchup is not super good here for Chillblade Crusaders. They are playing Highlander Priest. This is thought to be the most powerful deck in Standard. I would quite agree with it. But this is how afraid they are of the power potential from Kranich. They hang on to Shadow Word Death in order to handle Bittertide Hydra. Now, one of the problems that Chillblade Crusaders will face in this matchup is they not only have to fend off the big minions, but they have to fend off the small ones and the weapons as well.
Yeah, I think those are the big ones there because their deck does lack some removal. Of course, the shell for them is going to be pretty good, but I mean, we've seen in the past, let's go back to like the Summer Championship, which is the most recent Standard event that we've had. Priest had a pretty good win rate against just about everything.
True story.
It was just pretty good across the board. It wasn't great against anything, but it wasn't poor against anything. But Pirate Warrior was pretty non-existent. So we'll have to sort of, reset what we know and think, well, is this Prince Keleseth Pirate Warrior for Kranich going to be able to get the job done through Raza, Shadowy Branduin? They got to get there first.
Yeah, their goal is to not let Chillblade Crusaders get there first.
Yeah.
And this Fiery War Axe is going to be doing quite a job at just that. It's going to cut down this Radiant Elemental, and these Firefly little guys here, they're going to chip away turn after turn after turn. The removal spells in Chillblade Crusader's hand are both situational or they're costly. And so right now, Kranich's game plan is to set up a board where they are not super powerful versus him, but Tar Creeper is a heck of a card to stop a lot of that pressure.
Oh yeah, it is. But look at Kranich's next turn. He can go South Sea Captain, upgrade Dread Corsair, can trade over one of the Fireflies, and a 4 attack Fire War Axe. Ooh, that might change things a little bit, though.
I think that completely changes the way that he's looking at this. So he uses the upgrade. This is going to reduce the Dread Corsair down to 0. It's -1 cost for each power on the weapon. So then that's free. He's got a Pirate as the prerequisite. Upgrades that weapon one more time. Tar Creeper's taken care of.
Boom. And weapons are really tough for Priest to deal with without weapon removal. So let's go and listen to the Chillblade Crusaders. Looks like they're joking around, but let's take a listen.
It's
Pain heal.
Yeah. Pain heal.
Oh no.
Pain 3/4. Yeah. Dude, what? Actual.
What face, man?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh man.
Bam, dude. Damn, son. Where'd you find that? That was pretty spooky.
New phone, just.
New phone.
And they're going to have to Shadow Word Death next as well. So the Holy Fire is going to be the last remaining removal, and Kranich is beating down the door quick.
He is, and he's smiling. He's like, yep, I played quite a bit of Pirate Warrior. This is where I feel at home. Spirit Lash, though.
It's a lot of healing, but it's actually only eliminating 1 minion from the board in this spot. So
yeah,
this is still not the easiest of turns for Chillblade Crusaders. I mean, they have a long way to go before this is stabilized.
Yeah, if they go with Shadow Word Death plus heal, then that means they're staring at 6 plus 5 damage on the board. That's 11. They'd be at 17. Kranich would only have an extra 3 from hand. It actually looks like they're scared, so they are going to go with the Spirit Lash, put the Shadow Word Death. They only remove 1 minion from the board, but it looks like they are very scared of what's to come for Kranich.
Oh my. That is actually quite a significant draw for Kranich as well. So I imagine he's going with Captain in this spot. He's going to go with the Frolic Berserker. He says, you play a minion, and I intend to hit you for way harder than you think I'm going to.
Yep.
And so this is actually quite smart from Kranich. With the deck list being open, he knows that Holy Fire is just about the last remaining one. So if Holy Fire comes out on this Frolic Berserker, that means that the Captain buff is going to stay around for a little bit longer.
Well, here it is. If Kranich draws at least a little bit of damage, he's got 11 damage on board, and Chillblade Crusaders are currently at 14. He needs 3. That's not going to do it this turn.
But it will next turn.
If Chillblade Crusaders don't pick up another spell to combo with this Priest of the Feast, then yes, that is a lot of damage. Let's see what the draw is going to be for the Chillblade Crusaders. It is Holy Smite. So
Captain buff, though.
But they can remove a damage from the board and heal for 8 this turn with 2 spells with the Priest of the Feast. The Feast of the Priest.
They're dead. I mean, it's got to be some sort of crazy Lyra combo.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to spot that. How much damage do they think is going to come from hand? I don't know, but I want to listen in now to the Chillblade Crusaders and see what they think is the best play to let them live.
Yeah, I think he does as well.
I don't know. What do you think? We don't even win with Potion, right?
They both really feel like losing plays.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to go for the Priest. I'm
yeah,
sure.
I think
like,
the Priest
we don't even win with Potion. We have to get like Potion Binding Heal.
Yeah, or like Flash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like.
Just Priest.
Yeah, Smite 1/1.
Yep. Yeah. Cash in the coin, I guess.
Wow. That is not enough. Kranich has Arcanite Reaper in hand. He's going to take another game and even up the series, leaving Dog and Navi'ut 1 life left each.
And he's going to do it the corkernally and say it came from the top.
Wow. Suddenly, the Chillblade Crusaders have got to be feeling awfully nervous. Kranich is on a big winning streak. Let's hear it for Kranich.
All tied up. He's got 2 lives left. Dog and Navi'ut each have 1.
He's a god among men at the moment. He said it prior to the interview. What did it mean to him to win this? And he said, Korea dominates.
Yeah, and I wonder how much hope Reynad and Patra had when they left the stage. Down 4-1. And they said, Kranich, good luck, bud.
And here we are.
And here we are. That's right. This one's getting exciting. They are having a little bit of conversations, but Kranich just sort of pretty introspective. Just trying to think, you know, how am I going to take this one?
Gonna play my minions. I'm gonna hit them. Hope that's good.
Yeah. All right, but it's time to determine the format for game number 9. Who's going to come out in the lead as it's all tied up? Another envelope. And it's going to be,
Wild.
Wild is going to be the format. And I think from Kranich, we've yet to see his wild deck at least today. So this one's going to be quite interesting.
Navi'ut is going to be the pilot for this one, and he's brought Freeze Mage. For a long time, he's been known as a Freeze Mage player. He's played a ton of this deck and is very adept with it. However, Kranich is right back where he's comfortable. He's playing an aggressive Druid deck. And when I say aggressive, I mean very aggressive. This deck is full of 1-mana cards. It's full of 2-mana cards. It tops out at 4 and 5 mana with Jeeves and Living Mana. Jeeves is meant to redraw. Living Mana is meant to refill the board.
Yeah.
The rest of his deck is dedicated to getting efficient minions on board, buffing them across, and then punishing his opponent for not taking care of them.
So that's a pretty nice early hand for Chillblade Crusaders. They have both Mad Scientists, so they're going to be able to pull some secrets out, increase the quality of their draw. The big thing here for Freeze Mage against Aggro Druid is getting off a clutch Frost Nova Doomsayer. But the one thing about these wild lists is that they expect Doomsayers. There's a Doomsayers in a lot of control lists in wild, so Kranich has put double Crazed Alchemist in his list to fight against it. He hasn't drawn one, but who knows? By the time Chillblade Crusaders draws their Doomsayer, he may have the defense against it.
He's going to go with Haunted Creeper first. Looking to get something on board that is unlikely to be punished by anything that Chillblade Crusaders can do. And I imagine this is going to be a Mark of the Lotus here. He's going to start pushing damage. He's going to start keeping the board position under control. And turn after turn, when Chillblade Crusaders doesn't answer this, that damage will start piling up.
Yeah, and I want to go ahead and take a listen into Chillblade Crusaders here and see what they're thinking about this early start from Kranich.
Yeah.
It's definitely that, because like the pinging is like trying to play around a buff.
I was thinking bolt that.
Oh, really?
Player on second buff.
Sure.
But no, I like this more.
No, yeah, I like this a lot more as well.
I just need to get to the blizzards, I think.
Yeah, the blizzards are very, very important.
There.
Yep.
As long as my shaman doesn't match up against his druid and excavated, we're like pretty solid with my decks, I think. Except pirate warrior priest is like meh.
They feel nervous, TJ.
They do look really nervous. They're even thinking about the next game. Dog's like, oh man, I don't want to be eliminated. Like, I hope we get something other than that, because I'm worried about my matchups, but we'll see. Kranich shows some tough choices. Crypt Lord doesn't put as much power on the board, but it ramps up as time goes on. And I think he's looking at a turn 4 Jeeves. And I think that's why he's trying to empty his hand here a little bit. It goes with Poisonous. I like the choice. We're still 2 turns away from Blizzard.
That is a nod specifically to Doomsayer in this spot. He says, turn 4 Doomsayer, I don't want to have to pour a bunch of damage into it. I want to be able to take it out right away.
Yeah.
Not really many minions left for Chillblade Crusaders at this point.
Yeah, and you can tell Chillblade Crusaders not drawing cards this turn. They're trying to clear some damage off the board, but they're really trying to get to the Blizzards.
Oh my.
Oh man, now even if his board is clear though, he's got Living Mana to follow it up. He still has a lot of damage to get through though. Freeze Mage is a very resilient deck.
There's no question about it, but if there's something that Kranich's deck does here, it's put a lot of stuff on board, deal a lot of damage very fast, and then with that Jeeves there, Jeeves suddenly is turning into a bit of a priority kill. It will almost never benefit Chillblade Crusaders. Their deck is about drawing cards, filling up their hand, and finding the combo turns. In this matchup that is secondary to eliminating the board state, but they'd rather kill more damage than just kill a Jeeves, that's for sure. I'm not, well, that draw could change things now.
Yeah, now they have a ton of freeze, Blizzard included. Well, let's go and listen to the Chillblade Crusaders. They're debating on some things. Listen in.
Yeah, let's think more.
I think it's just right. Like,
yeah, so do I.
At a certain point, we're just like trying to fatigue him, which is like not really a good
just trying to run
strat,
them
you
out
know?
of- yeah.
We'd rather run him out of cards. So he did play Jeeves pretty early, but that just probably means he has Living Mana and hand to Roar.
Yeah.
So I think it's just kill it. It's probably fine.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's relevant though if we save Nova Doomsayer because Crazy Elk needs a spawn on board, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a pretty big consideration for later.
Oh yeah, so you're talking about popping the Creeper when we Nova Doom. So like, not pinging
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Or he's because at a certain point he's gonna saturate the board enough to where he's not gonna be able to play anything.
Yeah, won't be able to play around it.
Yeah.
Especially if he has to like Living Mana.
It's pretty good for us. I mean, Blizzard is okay, but we only have one AoE clear for the Blizzard. So like this turn, if we drew, no, we can't.
We can't, but yeah, we don't have the mana.
It's probably just paying the patches. We're not dead. I mean, is Crazed Elk Roar lethal?
Crazed Elk Roar is a lot. So Crazed Elk, it'll go to 8, 10, and then it's another 10, 20, 22, 26, 27. It's 27, yeah. Crazed Elk Roar is way over.
What do you think about Frostbolt Lance on the 1/7 and then ping the 2/1? You think that's too much commitment? He doesn't run Hydras. We're kind of burning a lot. We're kind of like burning a lot of spells.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But the thing is, that's his only threat, right? Like that's.
Yeah, that is the only threat.
So
I agree.
I'm kind of comfortable killing it, but next turn we can't even go ping Blizzard.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to.
But we're probably
fire
gonna
off the
Nova.
AI. Yeah. I think that the Bolt Lance start is strong.
Is
'Cause
right.
like you said, it's like his only threat.
Yeah, and we can ping the 2/1 also. That way, like Roar just gets no value, and we can win with Alex later. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sticking
Mark
Alex
is
is like,
a little scary, but
yeah, it's really scary.
Kranich looking a little bit nervous about his hand, going, God, I really could use all my buff cards right about now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to commit the Living Mana because of Blizzard. but he just didn't see Blizzard here on turn 6. And I know a lot of people think that when they don't see a card that's great for the turn, they feel that's a time. And not only that, but the turn from Chillblade Crusaders is quite weak. And the Frostbolt Ice Lance on the 1-7, fearing, of course, Crazed Alchemist flipping that and delivering a lot of damage.
Yeah, and he's just going to go for it. And there's RDU and Patra watching from the stands. Patra, of course, on Grimstreet Grifters, and RDU on Chillblade Crusaders. Rooting for their team. Granite is starting to get done, and RDU looks a little stressed.
I'd be stressed too.
I'm stressed right now. And Granite, I like the way he plays this. He's not baiting out the Blizzard, but he's trying to just make a board that's very Blizzardable.
And turn after turn, this gets tougher for Chillblade Crusaders. That Blizzard it's getting close to that time. So they have a lot of extra card draw. They have a Frost Nova to buy some time, but they don't really have much else outside of that. You heard them talk about simply running Kranich out of cards in this spot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
You do have to get through a lot of stuff to run an aggro druid out of cards. You can do it quite easily by leaving Jeeves on the board, but is it something that's smart?
Yeah, then they quite easily kill you when you
yes, they do.
When you do that.
But now it's, whether or not they want to use the Blizzard, and they're going to buy another turn here.
Second Blizzard, though.
That's what they were looking for. That's going to give them the green light.
And as a second Blizzard found without really drawing that many cards as well. So that is quite a big deal. Finally a buff is found, but you don't want it into a frozen turn.
Nope. Granite's just channeling the power of his mind. All alone on a big stage in front of a giant touchscreen monitor with a bunch of frozen minions in front of him. What does he do? Let's go and listen in to Chillblade Crusaders. See if it's finally time to use one of these Blizzards.
I think Blizzard.
Would
you want to novice?
No, there's no.
Lead the one ones.
No, aren't we pinging?
Pinging the 2-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't play novice.
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay, good. Man, Crazed Alec is a scary card.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
I
my
can't believe they're
gosh.
running double Crazed Alec. It's just, yeah.
We're gonna have to evolve Cobalt Fireball.
Maybe, dude. I think we might have to.
If we get a Nova, we can go Cobalt Nova or something, and they might have to roar it. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Right, we just gotta draw.
I mean, he can't pop us at a good interval, right? Like maybe that thing has so much attack.
Right.
Yeah. This is tough.
Yeah.
We actually need Nova here, I think.
Yeah, I think we do as well.
We actually need Nova.
Alright, so
just
start with
draw.
Novas. Yeah.
I hope you like my invention.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's game, eh?
Yeah. Do we ever go Ice Lance Torch? Or we just lose to Roar, right?
Yeah.
Do we even have? I don't think we can win if we Blizzard, realistically.
Yeah, neither.
So I really don't think we Blizzard. Like
No,
we never
neither.
Blizzard here
Yeah,
because we have no more AoE. We have Nova Doom, but we don't have Nova.
We can't.
And we can't draw.
We
that
need two
many.
draws. Yeah, we only have one draw.
So I think the play is Ice Lance, Bolt, Torch, or something.
He's one off popping us though. Like if we get popped at one, it's like.
Do we get popped at one?
Iceland's Bolt Torch. Oh wait, no. You're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we're fine. So we not we have to ice the.
We bolt that one, right?
We bolt this one.
No, we bolt
then
that one. Yeah.
Because then he can just alpha it though.
Yeah. Just go.
So what do you like? Bolt this.
Yeah.
And then torch the.
Torch a 3-1 or 3-3.
A 3-3. And then we have to lance as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, we get popped with damage, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a ton of stuff to use.
And he drew both Crazed Alchemist, which means
he pops at one.
He pops at one with Crazed Alchemist.
And that is the situation that Chillblade Crusaders is trying to avoid. That exact scenario.
Now they have to freeze face and the board for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and if you're wondering how big that touchscreen was,
there it is.
Yeah.
He's leaning over to get a better look, too.
He has checked this about 17 times in his head by now.
Yep. And this might be Kranich taking another win. I don't know about this one.
I mean, this is disastrous looking. Ice block popped. Chillblade Crusaders with Alex doesn't even stop the damage. The Blizzard stops what's on board right now, but it doesn't stop Kranich's face.
And that's it.
They can Acolyte of Pain, ping it, and draw the other Ice block or the other Nova. And no, the other Nova won't work.
Other Nova won't work. It's
has
gotta
to be
be
Ice block. But then how do they follow up to the Ice block and win?
They don't. That's the thing, Admirable. They don't. They're gonna fireball their own face. Kranich takes another win. That means Naviud is eliminated, and Kranich is 1 win away from securing the win for Grimestreet Grifters.
Are you kidding me right now? Kranich has won 4 straight games to bring this series to a lead after trailing 4 games to 1. Both of his teammates knocked out, and he's up there by himself, and now he's got 1 win left to go.
Dog now is in the position where he has to win twice in a row against Kranich to get it done. This has been cool. Kranich is putting in some work.
3 aggressive decks across the 3 formats. He was given Standard. He said, you know what, let's play Pirate Warrior. He was given Wild. He said, well, I'm going to draw a lot of cards with Jeeves after I play all of my early cards. And then when we gave him a shell of cards that discarded his own cards, he ended up with an aggressive Zoo deck that tries to play strong on curve and punish the opponent for not answering key minions. This has been a fantastic performance for Kranich, and suddenly it's match point for his victory here at BlizzCon.
Yeah, and this is similar to what we had talked about with some of the Chillblade Crusaders about this very situation. So let's go ahead and take a listen in.
What if he solos us, man?
Dude, I know, man.
That'd be so sick, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That'd be so
no,
sick.
It wouldn't. Are you serious?
It'd be I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool.
I'd be mad.
I'd be mad. I'd be mad also. It'd be sick.
I wouldn't talk to Kranich ever again.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
oh, you're good.
Wait,
that was before Game 7. So that was quite a while ago now. And it looks like, I don't think Naviud's going to be talking to Kranich much anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's looking like he's about to pull that sweep right out from under him.
Well, it's about that time again, TJ.
It's time for the trusty chest. Let's go ahead and see what these guys will be playing in game number 10.
This could be it.
It's going to be, Excavated Treasures. That's right. We're going back to Excavated Treasures for game number 10.
Dog literally in last game said, the only thing I don't want is to play against Kranich's deck in Excavated Treasures. He didn't want to be the pilot versus what Kranich has. And now that exact scenario has happened. After they were up 4 games to 1, with 3 minds on the stage, taking on Kranich.
I don't know. Can Kranich do it? Now it's Dog, the one in sort of the hot seat. And these are the decks. Chillblade Crusaders is going to be piloting the Excavated Treasures Paladin, which was made from a shell of basically all Divine Shield Paladin cards. And Kranich, representing Grimestreet Grifters, is playing Warlock, which is a shell that's built on discard effects.
Well, Dog has drawn 2 of his very important cards in the matchup.
Yep, Shield and Minibot Muster for Battle can beat just about any early game deck. But that's not bad for Kranich as well.
That is also a very good opening hand. So the key for Kranich is going to be establishing board dominance. He needs to eliminate Dog's ability to fight back against the board, and then once he has the lead, use that life tap to make sure that he's simply playing more threats than Dog can handle for the rest of the game. In Dog's position, his game plan is to use that shielded minibot and that muster for battle and do whatever it takes to keep Kranich from taking that lead. So the Keeper of Uldamon to follow up muster for battle is also very key in this situation. But Ragnaros at the top end is not the card he wanted to see.
Not quite. We don't hear that card very often, that's for sure.
Reno Jackson drawn as well, so now some of the life total pressure alleviated. And that is one of the main reasons that Kranich also will be focusing on taking control of the board pressure instead. Once he has control of the board, that Reno Jackson just buys Dog a little bit of extra time while Kranich is drawing extra cards. So this muster for battle is the key card.
Will it be able to get him through the whole game, though? That's the thing. He's got Keeper of Ultimate, but after that, it's Reno Jackson, and that's it. I think this is really going to come down to if Kranich can get this board rolling before the top end really matters for Dog, i.e. Chillblade Crusaders.
Well, you can see why it's a big problem. Kranich is likely to lose his board in this spot. And Dog thinking about how the race looks already, chipping away at damage. He says, you know what, take one of my 1-1s. I'll use my life total to take care of that 3-2 remaining. And that's fine with him. He's got Reno Jackson.
Dark Peddler, a champion card. Ooh. Sir Finley Mergleton.
Well, that might be like the pocket pick for Kranich. I'm not really sure. Lowly Squire doesn't offer a lot of potential here. Young Dragonhawk is a dead card on this position. And Sir Finley Mergleton is not getting played right away. He wants to have life tap. But at a later stage of the game, say he's not really able to afford the life tap, exchanges his hero power out for a different one. See if that gets the work done.
What's the ideal hero power for you here, Admirable?
Well, life tap.
What about after life tap?
Probably Die Insect. That'd be a great one to discover.
If only you could pick that from Sir Finley Mergleton. But Dog's just going to use Keeper of Ultimate as a temple tool here, and that's what it's about. It's about fighting for the board.
He's got it.
He does. Pretty handedly as well.
And these are not strong minions for Kranich right now. Howl Fiend is quite a risk. It's time to go adventuring. Yikes.
Well, Dagger Mastery. I think that's the best one. That's the only thing that really allows him to fight for the board.
That life total is going to dwindle awfully quick.
Yeah. The one thing he has going for them is Dog does not really have much to snowball this lead. Coghammer, though.
Oh, my.
That's pretty good.
That is very good.
It's about the sequencing here, and the pressure is sort of on for these players. They're not playing for themselves, they're playing for their teams. If they make a mistake, they're letting their teams down. We talked about how we gave these guys a fun format, come and play on the big stage at BlizzCon, and they all took it very seriously. You can tell that they want to win quite badly. Not for themselves, but just for their teams. Lothep doesn't block much with this Paladin deck. It's not very spell heavy.
Aldor Peacekeeper waiting in the hand for Chillblade Crusaders. And Dog, this is a pretty easy opportunity for him to continue snowballing this board. And now suddenly, Force Tank Max, Ragnaros, these are becoming real threats to Kranich in situations where he otherwise would be driving the pace of this game.
Now the question is, does he override this Coghammer with Rallying Blade? It would be more efficient damage. He could attack first and then re-equip Rallying Blade to sort of be mana efficient. But at the current moment, he doesn't have a play going into the next turn. So I don't know if it's really worth it. I think just using the hero power and getting another 1-1 out on the board might be a little bit better.
And this is snowballing out of control for Kranich now. Aggressive Zoo decks don't really have ways to come back onto these styles of boards.
There's a Deathwing in the deck.
And we're a ways away from that.
Yes,
he does have a copy of Kazakus, because again, these are high laner decks. They're only allowed to play one, but Silver Golem gets summoned, and Bone Mare's on deck.
I mean, there's 12 damage staring at him. Master Jouster. There's two. RDU and Navi watching their teammate Dog trying to get it done.
Oh, wins the joust as well.
This one looks like it's in the books, Admirable.
I don't think Kranich has a way to come back. Did we speak too soon?
I don't know if Dark Bargain could even get him there. Master Jouster has to hit, or it has to hit the Master Jouster and one of the 3 attack minions.
When it's your only option.
Let's see. Not going to do it.
Dog's going to stay alive. He's going to win this game, and that means we are going to our 11th and final game in the Invitational. This last game will decide which team is going to win this tournament.
I didn't expect it to come down to this. I don't think either of these teams had expected it to come down to this after Chillblade Crusaders started out 4-1. Kranich brought it back, but both of these players now, only one life remains, which means only one game remains. Kranich versus Dog.
I'm nervous and I'm not even playing.
So it's pretty nerve-wracking. I think Kranich at this point has to be thinking, you know what? I don't think many people had hopes that I would make it this far. I just have to go into this last match and think, don't really have anything to lose at this point.
Dog looks very focused on something in the distance.
Yeah.
Maybe a frisbee.
There you go. This is it. It all comes down to one last game. And that means one last time we reach into the trusty's chest to find out what it's going to be. Let's take a look.
Final envelope pipe.
Uh-oh. Excavated treasures. Again.
It's running it back. This is a disaster for Dog. This is the matchup that he said he did not want to play. He said, I'm totally fine as long as I don't have that matchup. But he just won that matchup. Granted, he had two of his best cards in the matchup with Shielded Minibot and Muster Battle. There's only a single copy of those cards.
And you can see both these guys probably getting the word that it's excavated treasures and breathing a big sigh because it's all going to come down to this. And there's some pretty wacky decks again. If you're just joining us, excavated treasures basically means that these players were given a shell of 10 to 15 cards that we built for them that are quite bad. And they had to fill out the rest of those decks with cards of their choosing without any duplicates. So they are naturally Highlander decks.
Grimstreet Grifters and Kranich was given a discard Warlock to work with. Chillblade Crusaders and Dog was given a Divine Shield Paladin shell to work with.
Yeah.
And this opening hand from Kranich looks a lot better than his last one.
Yeah.
And Dog's looks a lot worse.
He does have Shielded Minibot and Consecration against a Zoo-style deck.
But that makes it a lot better. Look at the smile on Dog's face when he drew that. He could not believe it.
Yep. But do you go for it?
Look what it does.
Do you ever go for it?
Look what it does to his hand. I mean, he just wanted to play Dark Peddler and just play some minions, you know? Like, just draw one-drop cards.
You just rip Succubus here every time.
Well, you know what I'm doing. I mean,
nope. Shifter's Harris.
The Malchazar Zimp fits the exact theme of his deck, though.
But Shifter's Harris could be anything. It could even be a Malchazar Zimp.
And it is.
So look, run up at the sky saying, please give me something good. Next turn, I think you just got to go for it and hope Clutch Mother's Office is the one that gets discarded.
He really wants to land this Kazakus is the thing. And I'm sure in Kranich's mind, he's thinking, if I play this Kazakus, I have a great chance to win the game. And that's typically true. Kazakus is an incredibly powerful card.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's going for it.
Let's
Stand up
see.
straight. Succubus. Oh! And there goes the Clutch Mother.
Draws a card, and the Clutch Mother comes back as a 4/4, keeps Kazakus as well.
Perfect outcome. and this is not the turn that Dog envisioned having on turn 3.
Not
2-1,
quite.
hero power, and trade in.
The big thing is Kranich really feeling good?
You just want to rip the Lakari Felon.
Because Lakari Felon is sitting in the hand.
When TJ gives you that look,
it's time.
Yeah, I mean, you play the Kazakus, right?
He is agonizing over this decision too. Kazakus looks incredibly appealing, but Lakari Felhound is a 3/8. No matter what you discard, it's still going to draw you 2 cards with the Malchazar Zimp. And there's a couple of good ones. I'm thinking Power Overwhelming, you're okay. Rips it again.
Ooh. Well, those are 2 powerful discards, but they are being refunded at the moment. And more importantly for Kranich, this also protects the minion that's on board. So his goal with the play like this is to establish a stronger board position. Kazakus is weaker on board. He'll draw cards to replace the ones he just discarded. He'll have things to do.
Yeah. But Dog he's drawing his top end. If this gets to turn 7, turn 8, and he's not too far behind on the board, he's going to turn the corner really fast with Dr. Boom following up with a Tyrion. He's got a Spike-Ridge Steed to smooth out his health.
The thing that's important to note, though, is that this isn't a damage race as much for Kranich as it is for Dog in this spot. He's using a consecration to simply take care of the Malcazars in this situation. Remember last game, when he got control of the board, he delivered a lot of damage quickly afterwards. That is not the case this game.
So now Kranich is faced with quite a tough decision. It's either Kazakis and get the potion now out of the way, or play on curve and go with Darkshire Councilman plus the Tiny Knight of Evil.
At every single step, Kranich has been favoring the plays that the first one was to give him more information, and then the ones after have been to establish the most power on board.
I forgot about the Clutch Mother as well, the 4/4. He's okay with it being a 2-mana 4/4. He doesn't want to keep it in his hand to try and save it for Deathwing, to make it a 6/6.
This is where the coin Spike-Ridge Steed is quite powerful.
Oh yeah.
Now, something that I have yet to experience is what happens if you put a Spike-Ridge Steed on a Selfless Hero. Does the Stegodon get a Divine Shield in this spot? I bet these guys are curious about that too.
They are. They look pretty nervous. More nervous than Dog, actually. Well, he is going to interrupt his curve slightly to go with the Spike-Ridge Steed just because of the power that it brings.
That's a deep breath the Dog just took. I think that was the, I hope this works the way I hope it works. Interesting draw for Kranich as well. I mean, Tiny Knight of Evil now can get buffed because the discard that Darkshire Librarian would bring. He could squeeze a life tap in with that. However, he would risk discarding Kazakus, and that's not something he's willing to do right now.
This is a big one. You know, this is not a standard matchup by any stretch of the imagination. Usually you have what kind of potion you want in your mind before you go into it, any matchup, even before the game starts. For this one, it's a Divine Shield Paladin versus a weird discard Warlock. So he actually goes with 1 mana. He wants to try and keep up the tempo.
3 damage or summon a friendly minion. This is actually quite a tough choice because the 3 damage, of course, is extremely valuable on a 1-mana slot. But resummon a minion, that would buff the Darkshire Councilman.
All right, add a random demon, summon a friendly minion. Let's see what the demon is. Oh, Flame It. Well, it does fill out his curve.
Wow, that is very good because he's already seen the consecration from Dog as well. Remember, he used that to kill a Malcazar's in.
That's quite an interesting trade, actually.
And Dog will only be able to play 1 single card this turn.
But Kranich weakened his own board by trading into that Spike-Ridge Steed. I think he was trying to protect against Dog being able to dictate the trades on his side of the board.
He's got to get through it eventually.
I suppose you're right, and I think that's the big consideration for Kranich is that he has to be the aggressor at some point because Dog's late game does seem a little bit better. He's got more at the top end. Dr. Boom, Sunkeeper Tarim, Grimstreet Protector, Force Tank Max, Ragnaros the Fire Lord, and Tyrion Forging is the top end. Whereas Kranich has Dr. Boom and Deathwing.
And Dark Bargain.
There you go. Dark Bargain is a great way to kill 2 Boombots, though.
Look at Reynad there.
He's like, wait a second. You're telling me Kranich won 4 games in a row?
I was ready to leave.
Uh-oh.
Deathwing gets discarded, but the thing that's really important here is that Kranich is pulling very far ahead in board presence. So Dr. Boom is coming down as a response to this. Kranich trades off to prevent any sort of buff killing his Darkshire Councilman, and suddenly a very large amount of damage is represented on board.
Six plus 12, 18. Power overwhelming makes that 22. Minions could add to that as well with the Darkshire Councilman. Dark Bargain could add to it with the Tiny Knight of Evil.
Those Boombots are awfully scary. Oh, wow. My. That is quite large at the moment.
Yeah. And tap, looks like Blood Queen Lanethel plus the Power Overwhelming is going to be the play here.
there are still some other small things available to him. I mean, maybe the Ravenous Pterodax. It can grow its health to be able to range boom bots.
Well, he's going to evaluate the draw first with the Darkshire Librarian, it feels.
Wise choice.
And his own Dr. Boom.
That's, yeah, it's time. And get ready, because Kranich is going to start beating down the door.
That's a good outcome. Another good outcome.
Those are the two best things that could have happened, I think.
I don't even know if Tyrion's going to be enough for Dog.
It is looking quite weak at the moment.
The one thing about Dark Bargain, correct me if you think I'm wrong, is that I don't think it's even castable if you don't have 2 minions on the board.
I don't know. I've never used a Dark Bargain before. And that's part of what I love about this format. They're having to use cards that they've never used before.
And it may be relevant if Dog tries to play around it, but if he just plays Tyrion this turn, then...
I don't know if Dark Bargain is a card you actively think about when you're playing against an aggressive deck. I mean, he knows the deck list, but...
He knows the deck list, yeah.
Remember, they were getting certain situations wrong earlier with the Dragonfire Potion from the free stack. That just wasn't in the deck at all.
Yeah. And it looks like Dog is going for a little bit of a deviation here. It looks like he wants to take out this Darkshire Councilman while he can. And this does block around the same amount of damage as Tyrion would block anyway, because of the fact that it still takes 2 attacks with the Divine Shield.
Dark Bargain here.
It is active though.
That's it. Lethal damage. The discard buffs, and that's going to do it. Kranich, the lone remaining survivor for the Grimstreet Grifters, is going to win 5 games to Chillblade's 1 and take the BlizzCon Hearthstone Invitational.
The crowd following Kranich when they were down 4-1 in the series. Both of his teammates had to leave the stage as they were eliminated and their lives were lost. But Kranich gets it done, coming from the 2nd seed, having to play earlier through the dungeon run.
The teammates rejoin.
That's right.
Look at that smile on Raynet's face.
Raynet and Patra, and there's the rest of the Hearthstone Invitational competitors coming up on stage to give some congratulations to the winners. What a run by Kranich.
What a comeback.
At the end of it all.
What a comeback. He had 2 lives left. He had to win 5 before the opponent's 1-2, and he got the job done.
Let's go ahead down on the stage with Frodan, who's waiting with our winners.
Unbelievable comeback, Kranich. I think this is the part where you touch your glasses and say, that's all according to the plan, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was just, yeah, all planned. Yeah, sure.
There you go. Kranich, I want to ask you, are you aware that you took all 6 games for Grimstreet Grifters for that series to win the Invitational?
Yeah, it's like, just won like 6 games, and actually I just couldn't win any game yesterday, so I just got carried by my teammates, so probably, yeah, I just did right thing today.
Raynat, I want to say, I want to go down memory lane. Before the series started, you said something along the lines that Kranich was along for the ride and that you and Patra were just carrying Kranich to the finals. Would you like to revisit that statement at all?
No, I think I really think it was our moral support that got us this win from the crowd. But no, Kranich killed it. That was amazing. He played perfectly, and yeah, there aren't many players that could have won from that kind of position. So props to him.
All right, Patrick, wrap us up strong. What does this win mean to you specifically in front of all these people who are watching and laughing and cheering for your team here?
It's been absolutely amazing to play in front of you guys. Without your energy, I don't think Kranich would be able to do this. So thank you guys so much.
Well said. Brian Kibler, please hand our finalists and winners the medals, as they are the champions. I also take this time to welcome to the stage Matt Weibel from the Blizzard Esports team and Team 5. Please present the trophy for our champions, the Grimstreet Grifters.
Final boss, Kranich. I mean, that was incredible. I definitely feel like this was the best South Korea versus USA game that took place at BlizzCon, hands down. I've been here all weekend, so I don't really know. But on behalf of Blizzard Entertainment, I want to thank all of our competitors and especially congratulate Kranich, Reyned, and Patra for their amazing win. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions, the Grimstreet Grifters.
We've had a wonderful weekend, but we are not done just yet. The Hearthstone Invitational may be over, but in just a few minutes, we will wrap up the Hearthstone stage at BlizzCon 2017 with our time versus timer. Once again, a round of applause for our champions, the Grimstreet Grifters. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.